truth. Are you tired of being so confused? You feel like you're more fucked up than the lies on the evening news. Well, just step right in. We can talk about it all as friends. And if you want, we can hug and kiss and make up for the party ends. Agree or disagree, stop offering me. 'Cause I'm everything you want, damn sure what you need. I won't tell no lies, back up on the facts with truth. And if you can't get down with that, you must be somebody's dad.
What's up, everybody? It's Ryan Weaver. I am on the Don't Unfriend Me show, otherwise known as The Dumb Show, with host Matt Spear. You guys can find the show at The Dumb Show on social media or thedumbshow.com.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me show with your hosts Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
Hey.
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 Hey, I was wondering, would you like to come in and have beer?
So to have a beer with me, honey?
You want to have beer in your own kitchen?
Well, hey, honey, how are you? Would you like to have a beer with me? Oh, is that fire water? Squaw? I get asked this question every once in a while. Matt, what's in the coffee mug? Matt, what's in the tumbler? And every night you drink out of them. So they're not just props. No, they're not. They're usable. And what's in the mug is the rest of my blue shake that I've been drinking for 5 years. Everybody knows. And it's BCAAs. It's got a little creatine in it, some other things for lifting. And then my next shake is a recovery shake, which has amino acids and some other things in it. So that's it. And it's like an orange flavor. So that's to answer the question.
Mine is just water. I'm boring.
Yes, water.
Just water. Agua.
Agua. Trende agua. Oh, wrong one. And so to let you guys know, jackets have officially gone and through the order process.
Yes, I haven't had a chance to email you guys, but I will email you later.
Yep. So we're getting it done. And so far we've given away how many jackets? 5?
I wrote it down.
5, 6.
We have
5,
given away
5,
1,
6,
4.
4 jackets and
2 blankets.
2 blankets and a partridge and a pear tree, autographs, t-shirts, everything else.
And a hoodie and a t-shirt.
So winners were last week. Now here's the thing. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the year. What do we do? We can't win, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here's the thing. October, November, December, we've had the Friday jacket giveaway on the weekend. And so far we've had hundreds of people participate and we've done really good for the show and it helps the show. So we are going to do an end of the year giveaway, and this is going to eclipse the dollar value of all. Like so far, we've given away like $675, $685 worth of stuff, almost $700 worth of stuff. And the end of the year show is going to be comparable to that. So if you entered October, November, December, great. And if you'll get 3 entries. Then in December, every $25 gets you an entry.
On December 19th, that night.
December 19th is going to be the night, that Friday. You get a chance to win. And then we're going to draw the night before Christmas or the 22nd or something like that. And there's going to be 5 winners. There's going to be 1 giant winner. And then there's going to be 4 small winners, like a hat or a shirt or whatever. So we'll figure out all that. We're going to set up the prizes. Liv's already got some ideas. But the grand prize, you can enter as many times as you want. Doesn't matter. You want to enter 10 times, $250, boom, you're in. And you can look at the value. So this is going to be huge.
We will have it before the December 19th show. Yep. We will tell you what the prices are.
We'll show you. We'll demonstrate. We'll model. We'll do all that. Okay. Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show, Matthew Spear and
Olivia Spear.
Our names are right here in case you forget. We forget all the time. We're getting old, so we decided to put them on there so we would remember. I just decided to wear my Let's Go Brandon shirt today. I haven't worn it in a while, and it's still a great shirt.
Getting old sucks. It's not for the faint of heart.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about that. Charlie Kirk's friend. We're all Charlie Kirk's friend. We're going to talk about Candace tonight because Erika Kirk has finally spoken out. And Erika Kirk said, no mas. And of course, what Candace said is back then, well, the only people who can get me to stop saying and talking like this is my husband and Erika Kirk. Well, Erika Kirk today, and not so many words, and very much Candace got the point, said, enough. I've had enough. I've had what you're saying, the conspiracy. I don't have time for it. Why can't you just respect my husband and his resting place and just let her have it? And Candace is like, today, F Erika Kirk, and Charlie loved me. Charlie loved me. And she's nuts. We're going to talk about it today. We've got some other things. The Venezuelan cargo ship, which has been supplying oil to Iran, was boarded by a UH-60 Seahawk, which is the sister of the Black Hawk, but United States Navy version. And it was boarded by an undisclosed group of people, which I can't go into specifics, but I will tell you, was boarded, and they took it over. The United States is no longer playing with Venezuela, Colombia, and the drug cartels. There is an open war against the drug cartels, and it is essentially a demarcation line, which is like the 32nd parallel in Iraq, which is a no-fly zone. It's like the DMZ in North Korea and South Korea. If you cross this line, you will die. And they've made it very, very clear, and they're not screwing around anymore.
Good.
Some other stuff. Tucker.
Just hang on one, because I've already had people ask me.
What?
Hayden is fine. It was a mutual agreement between the two of them that they are better off as friends. So she's actually been very happy the last couple of days. So she's good. Thank you for asking, but she's great.
Maddie Howanit says, interesting that Facebook throttles yet has no problem pushing a live show and a reel. Trust me, dude. They have been on our, like, I've realized something, that the live show is never going to, the only way that the live show, in my opinion, will take off is that if I pick one channel. And I got to pick the channel and say, this is where our show will be from now on. And everything goes into that. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. And it's not just me. Everybody's going through this. Everyone. I mean, even Tim Pool's talking about it. And it is what it is. I'm not worried about it. You know, we have our core viewers. I'd like to get some more, but it is what it is. So I appreciate you calling that out. So that needs to be redone. Save that. Printful growth, please. I need to change my card. Yep.
Okay.
That's all. I just need to change my card. So anyway, jackets are out. So everyone should be excited about that. Donations up. It's $300 tonight is what we're looking for. It's been last night we got through by the hair of our chinny chin chin, and the night before we were short because Hayden needed mom and dad. So we're hoping that we can have a really good night, a really solid night tonight, because you know we got to be off tomorrow. And here's the deal: is that if we can't have a solid night tonight, I am going to work tomorrow, and it is Hayden's caroling play. We've done it 4 years consecutive, and I really want to be there, but we got finances come first. Ken says, be sure to like, share, and show tonight. Yes, wonderful night tonight. God bless the United States. Yeah, we got a good show for you tonight. So we're hoping that it is a night that we say, let's get this show on the road and hit goal. Okay, so yep, and it looks like 350,000 will hit tonight. That's true. Yep, Maddie saw that. It's 349,942 on Facebook. So they don't have a problem promoting our stuff. They just live is. I still don't have stars, and I still don't have a check mark. And some guy today had 700 followers. And he's got a white check mark. I'm like, how in the hell does he have it? So I got to get a hold of Facebook in 2026 and say, listen, you got to verify my show, or I'm going to need to change the name. I think I'm going to, right now it's the Don't Unfriend Me show on Facebook. It's at the Dumb Show, but I think I'm going to change the name to the page would be the Dumb Show with Matt Spear. Because that's the only way they'll verify it is if my name is in the title. So I think that's what we're going to do. I got to talk to Facebook. It shouldn't change anything. And that's it. Okay. Let me ask another question.
Sounds good.
Do you guys think the name The Dumb Show hurts us? Or do you think people, it used to, people would be like, oh, you call your, dummies, but we don't say dummies much anymore. That's just kind of between us. But with the dumb show, do we think it hurts?
I've never thought of that. I think it's catchy.
It's short and simple, right?
It's short and it's catchy. And it's like, you hear it and you're like, wait a second, what? And people are like, what's the dumb show? And then they want to look into it. So it's something that makes people do a double take.
It gets liberals involved, and conservatives really don't say anything. Liberals do because they're like,
oh, you're dumb, and then it gets them involved. So
yeah. Alex West says, where are you from? Are you here for the quantum? Imagine freedom from department slavery. We all will be millionaires and robots will do most of the work. They can. This jubilee has been planned since humanity was created. Okay, whatever. Can you please, Matt at thedumbshow.com, please send me whatever you're smoking and bring it. No, actually, it's funny you say this, and I'm kidding. Because it's really weird you said this, because I understand what you're saying, even though it's a little bit wordy. I actually am going to talk about that. I'm going to go back to the 1970s, late 70s, 78, 79, when HBO came about in a commercial they released that I just love. And I'm going to show you how many jobs were lost based on that. And it has a lot to do with computing and AI. So stay. Okay. Alex. Don't advertise on my page. If you want to advertise, wait. If you want to advertise on my page, ask. You don't pay for this. That's like me walking into a retail establishment or your business and start selling my product because you pay the rent. So if you want to advertise on my page, I'm more than happy to, but just maybe ask. And if you're not going to ask, go fuck off. Cool? But thanks for segueing into a really cool topic that we're going to talk about tonight. Here is well, what should we start with? Oh God, there's so much. We got Tucker Carlson to talk about tonight. We've got
Carlson.
Yeah, there's so many things. You know what? Let's start with the HBO thing.
Okay.
That's going to be a good one. You think the dumb show's gaining more ground? All right. Ban Alex. He's a scammer. Okay. So here's the deal. If you guys remember when HBO first came out, now let me set it up for you because Olivia was too young. She doesn't remember. I robbed the cradle. Now,
how do I get into there from here? I can't get into their profile.
Let me see it, baby. Come over here. Where is he? I can't see because I got my thing. Okay, click his. Are you signed in to Don't Unfriend Me? Okay. Okay. Where is he? There it is. So you just click it, and then you go in, and then you say, when it loads, you got to wait, and then you do it. Okay.
Got it. Sorry, I didn't know. Just know how to get into the profile. No, I know.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So good enough. All right. So sorry about that, folks. Occasionally, this is just going to happen. So ban Alex West. Did you get him? Give it to me. We got to get rid of this guy. Yep. Time to get rid of this guy.
Yep.
Oh, he's tricky. He's tricky trees.
Tricky trees.
Live.
Trees. Yes.
Get it open again. Get to the live show. Okay. And then I'll take care of it. You know what? I'll just do it.
Okay.
Oh, Alex West, you're such a douchebag. You're such a douche. Trolls should be rounded up and systematically gelded. All of them. Neutered and gelded. Alex West. Here he is. Alex West. Oh, Alex, keep spamming, dude. Keep spamming because it's coming. And ban Alex from all live streams and page. Oh, bye, Alex. Oh, this son of a bitch.
What do you do?
He's got one of these little things that won't allow us to ban him. I know how to get around it.
So it's a good thing you're doing this because I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, but I can't see shit because I got my range contacts in.
Just wear your reading glasses.
Yeah, but that would require me to come. Everyone stop commenting. Damn, he's gone.
Joanne Townsend, $10. Thank you, Matt and Olivia. No, thank you.
Thank you. We'll add the 10 minutes back onto the clock. I'm sorry, folks. That was a little bit. We had to get rid of spam.
Trying.
We don't have that Candace Owens money. Tim Poolman anymore. We can have 30 people. We got to do this ourselves. Okay, so here's the deal. HBO. I want to set the stage. Now there used to be, you had a TV set. You would have to get up and you would have to thunk, thunk,
Yep.
thunk, and it would make that sound. It was just like, and you would go to 3. There was no channel 4. Then you go to channel 5, channel 7, channel 9, and then once you got past channel 10 and 13, it was all pretty much static. Channel 52 and 27, there weren't any. It went up 13 channels, and then you went to UHF.
Yep.
And if you had an on-air antenna, and then it went back to ATV over-the-air antenna, right? And then 2, 3, 4, blah, blah. But it was like show, static, and only some things would come in. You put aluminum foil on the rabbit ears, okay? Then they came out with a remote control, and you were able to ka-thunk, and it was a clicker. It was a big black clicker, silver, brown underneath, and you would click it, and that's what happened. Okay? Everyone remember? And that came out, and that was the most amazing thing in the world. Get rid of Clinton Smith.
Yep, I'm on it.
So that was like the most amazing thing in the world. But the problem is then cable came out, and it was a very quick transition. And cable came out, and if you remember, HBO was channel 14. And Cinemax, when that came out, was channel 16. Then Showtime was 17. And then as they came up, that's where those numbers were. Okay? But the problem is that you had a black box. And that black box went into the back via Cat5 cable. And not an RG6, but Cat5 over-the-air antenna. And it would go into your UHF slot. And it would take over your UHF. And you would turn your TV to UHF. And then you would turn the box to whatever channel you wanted to watch cable. Does everyone remember this?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Chef Lady says we had 2, 4, 5, 7, 38, and 56. That's about, everybody was about like that. 52, 56, whatever. So you would have a clicker to be able to watch regular, but you still had to get up and turn the black box, which had like 30 or 40 channels, and it would click. And this would be a real bright snap of a click. But the problem is then it rendered your remote obsolete. Give it to me. I mean, I'm serious, Liv. I mean, how do you not know how to do this?
I'm in there, but it won't load.
No. This is him. Where's Clinton? That's Clinton. Put your finger on it. Block user. Block all profile and page. Confirm. That's it. I've shown you 100 times. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Once you're in the white version, you can do it from there. If you're in the black, just ban him from the page and the live stream too. I get it. I'm not frustrated at you. I'm frustrated at these spammers. Okay, so let's focus for a second because you're going to have to watch this.
Yes.
So the remote became obsolete because you would have to turn it off UHF and then use your remote to change the TV if you wanted to watch over the air. So they realized that cable had to go ahead and offer free channels, over-the-air channels, through the cable system, through RG59 by the cable box. And that's what they would have to do. Because otherwise, every single TV in America had to be replaced, but then you couldn't adopt cable. So that was the death of over-the-air antenna. Now, over-the-air antenna is still great. And in fact, you can get 4K over-the-air with the right proper antenna. But in the end, when HBO came out, they did some innovative and amazing things. And one of them was their intro commercial. Dun, 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 dun. And then HBO would float out, and it was just, they show it once in a while as a nod. But I watched the making of this on HBO. And it was a 30-minute presentation on HBO whenever they didn't have a movie playing. Because remember, their catalog wasn't that large. And there were times where they weren't playing anything. And they would show the HBO commercial. And this commercial went viral. And this was one of the first real viral marketing that came from cable outside of MTV and the Food Network and the Home Shopping Channel and all this. But this was huge. I mean, this is like... people got HBO and cable because of this commercial. That's how good it was. And for Mike Tyson fights. That was the other reason HBO was successful, because they got the boxing card. So yes, Olivia does rock.
Thanks.
So here is the video, and I want to show you this. This is a dumbed down version of the making, and then we're going to talk about what this means. Here it is. If I wasn't trying to be rude. I'm sorry if I was.
No, you weren't.
I grabbed it just because I was like, I hate spammers.
I'm still figuring it out
It's
because
not
I
you,
have
it's
yet to do
spammers.
it by myself.
It's spammers. I hate them. I hate them. It's not you. Okay, so watch this. Like, I don't know if I hate Candace Owens more or spammers. I'm trying to figure.
Candace Owens.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so here's the video, and this was all in 480i glory, which is 480 interlaced. It wasn't even progressive, which is twice the amount of pixels. It's 480i. It wasn't even DVD quality. In fact, it was less. Excuse me, it wasn't it was 240p to 240i, depending upon what TV set you had. That resolution is butt kiss. That's like on internet today would be a video that's 120 by 300 blown up. And so it's pixelated as hell, but it's still interesting. Here you go.
I took the viewer and put him in a home environment, and he turns on his television set, and the camera slowly pulls back and goes out his window, and magically we start this tour and flight as we swoop down through a city.
I remember this video.
Love the music.
Oh, it was totally porn stash music. There is no doubt about it.
You're going into a trance. If you're inclined to fall for that old hocus pocus, forget it and focus beyond that
Very
casual
talented.
glance.
Oh, it's amazing.
We threw a few extras in, seeing if people would spot them. We put a few bums on the street, a few hookers on the corner. Those little things like our calling card, little things that we wanted to add to the monotony of the 3 months of building this thing.
You're going into a trance. If you're inclined to fall for that old hocus pocus, forget it and focus beyond that casual glance.
The last thing photographed is the first thing you see. The actors, portraying typical HBO viewers about
There's the
to
box.
enjoy an HBO presentation. Suddenly, the work, the precision, the endless hours of trial and error all seem worthwhile.
High tech back then.
You guys have no idea what this did. You couldn't rewind it. We were just like, when's that going to be on again? We got to watch it. We have to watch it. We have to watch that again. And we did. And we would just wait for it to come on, and we'd be sitting around with our Coca-Cola and our Orville Redenbacher or our Pop Secret popcorn. And we would wait for that commercial to come on, and we loved it so much that people were like, yeah, look at that. And that's so, even the lights going around in a circle, you're like, how did they do it? Well, that was that little laser diode. That was actually fiber optics, colored fiber optics. And they spun it around on a camera and opened up the exposure to do that. You're like, you don't understand. All of that is like industrial light and magic type stuff. Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of people that were involved, there's 175 people, including the orchestra, which is another 50 that did that video. That took 225 people to do. And it cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to do.
Because it took, 3 months to build that?
Yeah.
Because it's everything by hand.
Now,
It's just,
that would take 5 seconds with AI. That entire video could be processed, written, music, video, and all in 5 seconds. You would put the parameters into AI. You would have the script. You would have the music, you would have the command prompts, you would tell what you wanted it to do, and then you hit enter, and it's going to be more than 5 seconds, but a few minutes. And then you're going to take the clips you want and splice them and cut them, and then redo the ones you don't like and redirect AI. Folks, I know that guy that came in didn't mean to say this, but he says this is a good thing. And I'm saying, ultimately, if we think the job market is bad now, wait. Because everything is becoming automated. Graphic designers, photographers, novelists, music majors. AI is replacing everything. And that one commercial employed 225 people for 3 months and made careers.
And now one person can do it in hours.
What's hilarious? It's not even one person anymore. It's going to get to a point where it's not even going to require a person to hire to do the AI. It'll simply be somebody just says, AI, please make us a commercial that will go viral, that will impact based upon current events of today and overall belief systems and our demographic of military and white people and this percentage of Koreans and I'd make a commercial that's going, and then it spits it out and it does all your marketing for you. We're talking CFOs gone, multi-level marketers gone, phone, PBX, people who are in helplines gone. What happens when you have an AI person soon? Because you will. I'm having a problem with my bill. Oh, I'm sorry, Olivia. What problem do you seem to be having? Well, I can't get this payment to blah, 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 blah. Well, which account is this for? Can you please verify your... Thank you so much, Olivia. Now, that's coming. Do you guys know how many tens of hundreds of thousands of people are in help centers on phone calls? What happens when cars drive themselves? We're going to get to a point where our entire system of capitalism is obsolete because there's nothing else to capitalize on because computers and robots and artificial intelligence are going to take over the world. What?
It's really close. There's a helicopter out there. I felt the house move.
He's a Black Hawk.
I was like,
He's 150 feet.
I was going to say that. I felt that when he flew over.
Can you believe that, though? I mean, seriously. I mean, and I was just looking at that commercial, and I said, like, how many people would it take to do that now? And there is no joke about it. It would nothing. You would have it in 3 hours. It would be completely rendered. It costs nothing. And this is, but folks, this isn't just that. This is people writing books. This is people writing articles. AI can do everything because everything that we do relies on computers. Now, you're like, well, Matt, what about people who work with their hands? Computers can do woodworking now. Computers can build houses. Prefabrication is to a point where it's all automated. This is terrifying. And we're losing our skill set. And we're, in my opinion, like, what's the number one killer for old people? A choice that they make in life that makes it detrimental to them. All the studies say. Old people, they make a choice. What happens? What do old people do? They make a choice. What choice do they make when they're old? Kids are gone. House is paid off.
Travel.
No. They retire, right?
Oh, yeah.
They retire. And then what happens when they retire? They die.
Yeah.
They don't have a job anymore. They don't have anything to live for. And then within the 10 years, they're dead. But people who work longer live longer.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens when there's nothing left for you? But not at 65 or 72 or 80, but 35, 25. What happens when we don't need people to run restaurants anymore? What happens when we don't need people to drive cars anymore?
Hopefully that's not going to be in our lifetime.
But it already is. Look at
grocery stores.
Right. Look at planes. Look at the military. The military is moving away from manned aircraft and moving to drones. Drone subs, drone boats, everything. You're not even going to... I will be shocked if you have aircraft carriers that are manned by a human being in the next 30 years. You don't need it. You can have robots do everything. You can have it automated. You can have drones go off the deck. You can do everything remote. Like right now, we can wage war pretty much against 90% of the world with automated forces.
That's scary.
It's scary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I want us to think about that, and then I want you to listen to this, because I guarantee people have heard this. This was one of the first introductions to one of my idols and one of the reasons I love doing this show. And yes, Mike Rowe is most assuredly my visual muse and auditory muse and literary muse. But from the voice of the best way to describe Onyx Glass and Mocha Smooth over the radio without those other references would be Paul Harvey. The unknown man with the voice that encapsulated your soul. An amazing, amazing orator. 1965. If I Were the Devil. If you have not heard this, I guarantee a lot of people have. Give it a listen. Here it is. Be prepared to never be the same.
If I were the devil. If I were the devil. If I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have 1/3 of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. Thee. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old, I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves.
Charlie Kirk's friend, $2 it means a lot. Those are the donations that honestly have the biggest impact, because it's people who have only so much to give, and we respect and understand it, and we thank you so very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
And nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door. Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing.
I think I have heard that, but yeah.
I mean, 1965 was lurid with hints of some of those things, but not even remotely close to any of those things.
And that's like he was speaking to 2025.
Oh, like just nailed it. And this is why I am eternally loyal to Mr. Paul Harvey. I just love the man. I love his intellect. I love how intelligent he is and was. And it still holds true till this day. And it's eerie. Like Nostradamus didn't have a record like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
pretty incredible.
It's sad and scary.
It's amazing how many people watch who we don't know are watching. And so many people commented who we don't even know they're there. Folks, we know we've got a lot of people watching, and we know the numbers aren't correct from Facebook. We want you to talk. We want you to chat. And I know that sometimes I can be intimidating, but it doesn't mean I don't want you to get involved. So we really appreciate it when the listeners get involved, and we like your questions. We like it when you call.
And Charlie Kirk's friend, I don't think I've ever seen you on YouTube, unless you've been here, and since YouTube changed how they display names, then it's very possible.
There's a lot of people who came out with that and made comments. So we appreciate you. So don't be afraid to say something. And you guys can call in too. This is the big one. I just wanted to show you those two things because it's from the past, and they both, I think if Paul Harvey knew what computing was going to do and what artificial intelligence, I think what he would have said, if I were the devil, I would replace the innovation of man
with computers.
And the lust for creation with the laziness and sloth of delegation, you know?
Yep.
And I think a line he would have added, and because they are most assuredly deadly, sloth is a deadly sin. And so is gluttony. And so is pride. Mm-hmm. And if you break down everything that he said, I think we, at more time than ever in history, do people share more of the 7 deadly sins than ever before.
Yeah. Do you remember the movie WALL-E, the Disney movie WALL-E?
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Eva. A little to the extreme.
WALL-E.
Eva. Yes.
Love
that.
That is such a good movie.
It is. Little to the extreme, but if you think about it, I mean, where the people are, I mean, I know there's like something, asteroid hits the Earth and they have to go into the spaceship to humans, but if you think about it, the humans on the ship, they've been up there for 500 plus years. They've just turned into, they don't even walk. They sit on chairs that are automated. They
goop for food.
They suck on soda. They drink their food. They're all overweight, and all they're doing is watching screens. Even the babies, there's no interaction. Yeah. There's nothing. So it's kind of scary.
It is. It really
makes you think.
It really is. Between Paul Harvey, that 1984. An Animal Farm, you kind of get where we are.
Yeah. Yes, I would say.
Yep, absolutely. Charity Lamb donating $5. Thank you. Number 5 is Alive. I hated that movie.
What was that, Short Circuit?
Who's Johnny? He said and smiled and looked the other way.
I remember Short Circuit. I liked it.
Oh. Number 5 is Alive. Oh, God. So bad. Gary Neal donated $10. Thank you, Gary.
Charity, there's a second one from you. Please let me know if that's a mistake.
If it's a mistake, we'll refund it.
If it's a mistake, just let me know. Reach out to me and let me know if it's a mistake.
So, I just didn't like Short Circuit. And
I remember that.
And Ali Sheedy wasn't my favorite. I did like her in Breakfast Club when she got all prettied up. But Ali Sheedy was meh, you know? Now, I definitely... I saw the appeal, but Police Academy was right around the same time, and Steve Guttenberg came out, and he did Short Circuit. I just meh. I wasn't excited about it. I don't know. I didn't love it. I know a lot of people loved it. I'm sorry. I didn't like it. Deborah McLaughlin donated. I wish I could give more. Love you guys. It's enough. It's enough. Here is the long-awaited. Okay, so let's dive into this. You got all the donations in? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, Idiocracy. There you go. That's absolutely Joseph.
You know what the funny thing is?
Because that's like 1984 Animal Farm, Paul Harvey, If I Was the Devil, and Idiocracy.
Funny thing is when we first watched it a long time ago, it was either we didn't have kids or Hayden was really little, and we thought it was hilarious. And we still quote the Brondo, it's what plants crave, all the time, just for fun. We tried showing it to the kids a few months ago, and they were bored with it.
It wasn't a few months. It was years.
Was it years? I just remember when we tried showing it to them, they were like, ugh, this is stupid. So I don't know.
Sandy, nothing's changed. I don't know what you mean. She says, I don't understand why I have to put all my info in again. I used to just go to PayPal and it would be taken care of. Why have things changed? I have no idea. Sometimes you have to re-sign in. If you haven't signed in a while, PayPal makes you re-sign in, but that's not us. But if you need any help, let us know.
Yes.
Okay, so Erika Kirk decided to go on Fox News with Harris Faulkner. War Games was a great movie. Exceptional movie. Would you like to play a nice game of chess? How about global thermonuclear war?
Kevin's like, Idiocracy was a documentary.
It was. It was.
That's so funny. Brondo.
I'd piss on a spark plug if it would do any good.
It's what plants
Well, Mr.
crave.
McKittrick, after long consideration, I think your system sucks. I don't have to take that from you, you fat son of a bitch. I love that movie. Probably start again with the bees, probably. God, War Games. What a great movie. All right, moving on. So, Erika Kirk and Harris Faulkner. This is a long one. So Candace Owens had some things to say about this, and she essentially, I've got the receipts. I'll do that. Let's do Erika first. Let's listen to what Erika has to say because this is important. I don't have a short attention span. I have an incredible attention span, and here's why. Because I get off track is what people say, but really I'm on the track because I always come back to the topic. I never get lost. So I'm able to segment and move to another topic, but still come back to it as I just proved. This is what happens when you read chat in real time. People say things and you're like, oh.
Gotta address it.
Gotta address the chat. So I have a very long attention span. To do this show for 2 hours, come on. All right. Here is the video with Harris Faulkner and Erika Kirk. Long awaited. We've been waiting for this. And I will tell you, Erika Kirk is not playing around.
Thank you, Isaac.
Isaac, thank you. You didn't like Short Circuit. How about Batteries Not Included? Meh. That was okay. The graphics were incredible. And Steven Spielberg really had a hit with that. But you got to remember what movies came out during that time. You know, you had movies like E.T. You had movies like Willow. I mean, you had exceptional quality content. You had humor, crude humor, like the movie like Stripes, which was excellent. Probably one of the best not Ivan Reitman, but I don't know why I can't think of his name. Bill Murray and Ghostbusters. Come on. Spangler. God,
I can remember. I know what he looks like. I just don't know his name.
There was just so many good movies that came out during
Last
that time.
Starfighter, yes.
Last Starfighter, great movie. The Battle Beyond the Stars, totally a B flick, but so very, very good. Tron. I mean, so there was a lot of great movies. I mean, Short Circuit, it was just it was too kiddie for me. And Batteries Not Included was kind of the same way. One of the things I did love was Amazing Stories that Spielberg did, and which was incredible. I loved Amazing Stories. I mean, that was good. Can we stop this? You guys are killing me. All right, here is Erika Kirk and Charlie Kirk. See?
Venkman. Dr. Venkman.
Dr. Venkman. That's right, it's Spangler. Yeah, Venkman. But why can't I think of his name?
I don't know. What's his name? The actor.
Yes.
Don't remember. It's not Bill Murray.
I can't believe I said Ivan Reitman because it's not Ivan Reitman. And I love him as an actor. Oh. No, not Gary.
I'd put Stripes and Ghostbusters.
No. Harold Ramis. Oh my God. How did I forget Harold Ramis? Who was so fantastic in 40-Year-Old Virgin. Or Knocked Up. Because he was the dad. Not Dan Aykroyd. No, Dan Aykroyd wasn't in Stripes. Nope. He was in 1942, though, which is probably where the comparison is, which is also a fantastic movie. 1942 was fantastic. Or was it 1941? Another Spielberg movie. Also, connections to graffiti. The one with Ron Howard, Happy Days. Was it Graffiti Nights?
It was American Graffiti.
American Graffiti. Thank you. Yeah. We're doing great, folks. See, we're coming back on track. Here is Erika Kirk. She's not happy, and she has a right to be. Here it is.
American. Good to see you again today.
How do you watch this?
Talk to me about this part of the conspiracies that are out there, this disturbing part that people are trying to guess where Charlie is.
Can I have one thing? Can I have one thing? Can my children have one thing? Everything was public.
Harold Ramis? Ramis was in Ghostbusters. Ramis was in Stripes. He was the glasses guy, Bill Murray's buddy. He's like, are you two homosexuals? No, but we are willing to learn. That's that guy. Okay? All right.
That's where you get it.
We will be building the most beautiful memorial for my husband at Turning Point USA, and it will be for the world to see, and it will be spectacular, and it will have basically museum style for our Charlie, for my Charlie. But can I have one thing? Can my babies have one thing where we hold it sacred, where my husband is laid to rest, where I don't have to be worried about some secular revolutionary coming and destroying my husband's grave while my daughter is sitting there praying? One thing. This is my husband. Yes, he was Charlie Kirk to the world, and I know so many people love my husband, and I am grateful for that. But this is my husband, and I want to be able to have one thing left that is sacred to our family, to my in-laws, to my babies, and to my parents. One thing.
What are they taking from you right now?
Nothing. But I will tell you what they are doing. It reminds me so much of chapter 6 in the book of Nehemiah. He is building a wall, and the townspeople are at the base of that hill saying, Nehemiah, calling him all these names, saying all these things, come on down. Every single time he had the same message 4 times in a row. I cannot come down. I am busy building. That is how I feel. I do not have time to address the noise. My silence does not mean that I am complacent. Mm-hmm. My silence does not mean that somehow Turning Point USA and all of the handpicked staff that loved my husband and my husband loved them is somehow in on it. We are busy building. And you know what I thought? I thought these people are human. We are all grieving in our own way. And they are trying to find the answer to something that happened that was so evil. They are trying so hard. And I get that. We're doing the same. Anytime we hear a lead or anytime we hear anything, we send it to the authorities. Please dig into this. No rock will be unturned. I want justice for my husband, for myself, for my family, more than anyone else out there. So for me, you want to keep telling me to come down while we're building? I don't have time for that. Mm-hmm. But here's my breaking point on that. Come after me. Call me names. I don't care. Call me what you want. Go down that rabbit hole. Whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode, going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
You know, I have to say it. I've never seen you like this.
No, this is righteous anger because this is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus. Yes, I believe in our judicial system. I do. We have a hell of a team working on this. Excuse my French. But this is not okay.
So you want to put these people back in the box where they've been creeping from?
I don't care what box you're in. But just know that your words are very powerful, and we are human. My team are not machines, and they're not robots. They are human. We have more death threats on our team and our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats. I have, you name it, we have it. And my poor team is exhausted. And every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do? Relive that trauma all over again? They watched my husband get murdered. I have no idea how I would have reacted if I was there that day. And thank the good Lord that I did not have to see that happen. But my team, they are rocked to the core. So why every single day do they have to be dragged through the mud, analyzed, hyper-analyzed?
You know, the conspiracies that are out there, all of the like. Do you think that there is more of it now because you do shine your light? I mean, did people just expect you would just go away?
I don't know what they expected.
They pick on you because of your accessories. I mean, I've seen some of it.
Oh, yeah. No, at this point, it's what? The conspiracy collection. Get it before Christmas. Like, seriously. Wow. If you want to find and pick me apart, go right ahead. I do not care. I don't. This was happening before Charlie was murdered. Both of us have been through the ringer of people will call you, whatever they want.
So let's just be really clear. There's only two people doing this, and then there's people assisting to grift off Candace's coattails.
Yeah.
It's Ian Carroll and Candace Owens. That's it.
And I know she's talking face to face with Candace.
Of course.
You know that's who she is talking about.
And it doesn't matter Theo Vaughn, and it doesn't matter with Dave Smith, and it doesn't matter Stu Peters. These are all low-level frickin' day players, as we are. Stu Peters, listen, sure, he's got more viewers than us, but I would love to see Stu Peters' numbers on our network with the interactions that we have on Facebook, and I'll put it against his Rumble interactions any day of the week. There is a very select few who are just milking this. And then there's people who are leading it. And it's being led by Candace Owens and Ian Carroll. And other people are flirting with it. Megyn Kelly got involved. Now she's backing out.
Good.
Tucker Carlson. I'm going to show you Tucker Carlson today. And folks, you guys need to know something. At this point, it isn't Republican, conservative versus Democrat, liberal. This is good versus evil. And I'm on the side of good. And I'm making a clear choice. And I don't care how much damage this does to me or how mad you get. I went through J6 with you folks. I went through the stolen election bullshit with you folks. I went through all of this, and I've stood my ground, and guess what? I'm still standing, and I was proven right. I'm not going to back down on Tucker Carlson. I'm not going to back down on Candace Owens. I'm not going to back down on Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm not going to back down on Tulsi Gabbard, who I still don't trust as far as you could throw her. But I'm not, I don't have, you know what, there is something very special about having the freedom to say the things that you believe and not have to worry about people leaving. And we may never have millions. We may never have hundreds of thousands. We may never have tens of thousands. But to me, at least we have our dignity. At least we have our integrity and our word. And our consistency with being right. Here is.
Did she have a?
Oh yeah.
She had a response.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She did. The first thing I'm.
Kat, thank you so much. Every little bit helps. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Kat. That's right. Every bit helps, folks. All right. I'm not going to worry about donations.
Okay.
Candace Owens.
Okay.
I'm
looking forward to
I want to show this. The first one is just for anyone who has not been following how completely batshit she is. Here's your example. And this is, I will never show another clip about how crazy she is because this is it. Enjoy this. And people keep asking me, Matt, why are you constantly going after Candace Owens? Because she's antithetical to everything I stand for. Every single fucking thing I stand for, this woman is diametrically opposed. She's greedy. She's a liar. She has no evidence. She espouses things that literally can destroy people's lives. And if you cross her, if you disagree with her, she will use her platform to destroy you. She is a leftist. She has always been a cancel culture person. She's always been progressive. This is her soft coup into leftism. She is not a conservative. She is not a Republican. She hated Donald Trump. She hates Donald Trump now. The only thing that kept Candace as a grounded human being were the people who invested in her. Charlie Kirk was one of them. Ben Shapiro was one of them. And I'm not going to sit here and defend Ben Shapiro. I don't know what he's like to work for. I don't care. It's none of my business. But Candace has been fired from every single thing she's ever done. Here's why. Watch this. Then I'll have her reaction to Erika.
I feel it now. I've been telling you guys, I have been having a lot of dreams. And the dread that Charlie felt in 2018, I have been feeling. I felt it leading up to Charlie's assassination. I pulled my children out of school. I was having this dreams and visions about bees and organization that was happening in America. I have a sense of dread that a lot of these events that are happening, these inexplicable events like the Malibu fires, these sort of coastal events, the Texas floods, that this is not happening by accident. Okay. I have a feeling of a sense of dread that the Fed is taking from Americans right now, and that we are heading toward war. Okay. I'm going to share that. I feel that we are headed toward war, that they want war by any means necessary, and that you need to be, wherever you are in the world, fully dialed into that. Okay. We can't be stupid this time. We cannot believe what the media is telling us. We cannot believe what the government are telling us. We cannot believe whatever it is, whatever attack that's going to happen, and we're going to be told that it was this guy. We have to start to recognize the pattern of things. Okay. The predictive model of this is my red line, then the red line gets crossed and people are denying it. And what happens? Christians are mass slaughtered every single time, propagandized people, Christians in the East to hate Christians in the West. And there's just less of us by the end of it. And these things tend to happen, world wars, when they want a reset because people start waking up. And so I just wanted to express that to you, that I feel that we are.
Lady, there hasn't been a world war since the 1940s. And World War I and World War II were separated by a couple decades. We should have had it based upon your chronological frickin' delusion. We should have had another 8 or 9 world wars since then. What the fuck is she talking about?
Are reaching that brink right now. And you need to prepare for that. And feels like an almost inevitability. It feels like something's coming. I know that you probably sense that dread too.
Oh, yes.
I pulled my children out of school.
Okay, Glenn Beck. So now I'm going to show you, in response to Erika Kirk, this. Fun. I always bring the receipts. Mm-hmm. Always bring receipts.
No, she did say one thing I did agree with.
There's a lot I agree with.
You should not believe the media.
It's sure. Well, and there's a lot of things with government, but it's how she comes about that. It's all I feel. I had a dream about bees. What
does bees have to do with
what does
anything?
Malibu fires and Lahaina fires and Jewish space lasers have to? Why don't you just state the facts that the basis of any governmental system is war? The foundational system for any governmental system is war. Okay, I'm down with that. That you challenge the liberal media and do not believe them. Of course, that's fine. But you're sounding like a prognosticator. You sound like a prophet. You're pretending that you have your feelings matter more than facts. Because here's a prime example. Listen to this. This is crazy.
No one, and I mean absolutely no one, outside of my husband and Erika Kirk, has the power to shut me up right now. That's it. No one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She said, Erika Kirk tells me to shut up and stop talking. I will listen to her. Well, not true. Here she is. Here's her response video to Erika. And she has a longer one. But these are the ones that are always unhinged when she's not live on her show. Here it is.
Okay, super fun show today. You're probably seeing the clips, but Erika has gone off on conspiracy theorists. Obviously, every journalist out there is emailing me because it's about me. It's indirect, but it's also about me. And don't worry, in case you think it's not about me, she is going to name check me on stage with Barry Weiss on Saturday. How do we know? Because our mommy sleuths be everywhere. And they recorded the town hall today. And as soon as the town hall concluded, we got a flutter of emails. And what she says about the Egyptian planes, I'm sorry, not going to lie, it's a little suspicious. It's weird. It's a weird response. So look, we got to go there. Okay, super fun show today.
Egyptian planes.
She's wacko. I'm just gonna make my peace with this, and then I'm done with this. Because this is the final bonkers moment, and then we can go ahead and move on after what your thoughts are. Here it is.
Mockery, there's laughter, but there's no clear answers. And the mockery and the laughter is not working. Neither is this idea that, well, now the widow has spoken. We're not dealing with the widow. We want the CEO and the chairman of Turning Point USA to answer. Okay? If you can't compartmentalize, then I don't see how you're going to be able to lead this organization in the future, because Charlie worked. We knew who Charlie was because he was authentic. Okay? He didn't just go, well, I only make time for like big pocket donors. Okay? He was sitting college campuses. He was speaking to people, understanding people. He was changing his ideas and he was changing minds. And you are not changing my mind about the fact that something weird happened that day and that TPUSA is acting funny because you give it an impassioned plea and speak about Nehemiah on Fox News. Okay? None of it.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't Erika Kirk the CEO of TPUSA?
That's who she's talking about. She's saying she shouldn't be grieving. Don't guilt me. Be the CEO. Answer the questions that I have. I'm demanding answers. So this whole thing about Erika Kirk, she hates Erika Kirk. She doesn't like Erika Kirk. She loved Charlie. We all know she loved Charlie. We've seen the videos. This is narcissism. This is infatuation bordering on fatal attraction. I am going to predict this now. Something very, very self-inflicted harm is going to come to Candace Owens. And whether it be financial or physical, I've seen this spiral. I have seen it in veterans. I've seen it in my mother. I lived with it. This borderline schizophrenia, paranoid delusions, narcissism, coupled with materializing it onto everyone around you. If they don't agree, they are the enemy. If they don't follow suit and fall in line and swear fealty to your genius, you are an enemy. But I think Candace is clinically schizophrenic, paranoid schizophrenic, borderline narcissistic personality, because I say borderline because she's good enough at covering it up when she needs to. But there's something wrong there. There is a chemical imbalance that I have seen from a lot of people in my life that she shares those similar traits. And when I say self-inflicted harm, people are saying, oh, she might be assassinated or this or that. I believe that she is going to fireball her and torpedo her career in a way that she will not recover from. And I don't know what that looks like. Probably an unhinged rant. Probably something off mic that gets recorded where she openly mocks her viewers and you get to hear the truth. Or maybe it's too many pills. Maybe it's too much drink or something. But this will monasticize into and become malignant, that it will consume her. because this idea that she has literally rewritten everything that she's known for around this prediction. And when it comes crumbling down, so will Candace Owens. When this trial happens and he's found guilty and all the things that she has said have completely been completely eradicated from any common sense that anyone would conclude that she's accurate or right. The reality is she's going to have to face Charlie. She's going to have to face what she did. She's going to have to face the people she tried to destroy. She called Tim Pool a wife beater yesterday. Now, Tim Pool was pissed and he called her a see you next Tuesday, but she alluded to the fact that he is like a gambling addict who puts a $100,000 bet on football, loses, and then comes home and beat his wife.
And kids.
And kids. There is a spiral of epic proportions here, and you've seen people do it. You saw Lindsay Lohan do it. You saw Miley Cyrus do it. You saw Britney Spears do it. I'm not trying to just pick all the girl actors. You saw this with
Amanda
Karen
Bynes.
Carpenter,
Yep.
with Amanda Bynes. You saw this with plenty of people. She is certifiable, and it is going to become malignant to a point where it will consume her and everything about her. And I'm here for it. Other people are like, oh, poor Candace. Fuck Candace. Like I told Olivia before, I don't say it. I don't think there's anyone who I despise more on this planet than Candace fucking Owens. Go ahead.
She reminds me a little bit of the stereotypical popular girl in school. I think she peaked in high school and she's stuck there. And you could see her like slowly start to go downhill after Daily Wire or whatever it was when she got fired. And you could see her slowly start to go downhill. But as soon as Charlie was assassinated, she's just off the rails. And she's jealous. And I think she's going crazy because she can't really say how she feels. And I think we've all said this, that I think she was in love with Charlie. And she was jealous. There's one thing to be in love with a man that doesn't love you back and has ostracized you from his life. But now that that man is dead, she doesn't have anything to hang on to.
Yeah.
And she's losing her mind right now because of it. And it's a little scary because she's trying to hurt anyone she can. I think she is hurting so bad. I'm pretty sure she loves her husband, but I don't know about that. I don't think she loves her husband like she loved Charlie. I think Charlie was her love, her one and only love. And even though there was no love there, it was a brother-sister relationship. It was friend relationship. There was never any love on Charlie's side besides friend or sisterly love. And I think she is jealous and she is spiraling down to where she's trying to make everyone else feel the pain that she is feeling. She's trying to make Erika Kirk feel the way she feels because now Erika Kirk is on her level because Erika Kirk doesn't have her man as well. And she's trying to make everyone feel that way. The scary thing I see in her is with her trying to hurt other people around her and she doesn't care what she says. It's a little bit of this Munchausen by proxy thing. I don't know where this goes, but I think you're right. She's spiraling down a path and I think she's going to hurt someone around her that's actually close to her or herself in some way or another.
So everything you said was absolutely correct. Mello said something that narcissists don't necessarily harm themselves. That's absolutely not true. Narcissists don't, and we're talking paranoid schizophrenic, narcissism, bipolar disorder. She's got multiple personality disorders and issues going on here. they don't hurt themselves, but it's inadvertent when they do. And usually what they do is they fall into substance abuse, they fall into narcotics, they fall into alcohol, they fall into the things that harm them, and ultimately they will use that as a crutch to cry for attention. That is quintessential narcissism, is they project and get their overall endorphins and their overall serotonin and good feelings that normally are produced by brain receptors that are normal. They use narcotics and other foreign substances to supplement the lack of that in their lives. And ultimately, that's where their demise comes from.
Yeah, I think that you're absolutely right. After the trial, and what was it, Tyler Robinson or whatever his name is, after he's found guilty, I think she's going to lose her mind, because everything that her entire life is based off of right now is Charlie Kirk.
But that won't be the reason. She doesn't give a shit about Charlie. She's a narcissist. She cares about herself. The fall from grace that she will have. Here's a perfect example. Look at Tim Pool. Tim Pool's making $100,000 a week. Tim Pool's struggling. Tim Pool's not getting the revenue. When people stop watching Candace because they're bored, they're just watching her because she's a train wreck. They will find someone else to watch. The system will break her. She will make some sort of grandiose claim again and again and again and again, and people will finally see it and go, this bitch is just nuts. And more people are doing that. You're seeing podcasts come out against her. You're seeing people turn against her who disassociate themselves from her. Soon she's going to be Napoleon. She's going to be Caesar. She's going to be a man or woman without a country. And when that happens, the only thing narcissists covet is the power of influencing people with negativity. And so they go ahead and respond. So when they don't respond anymore and her voice is no longer prominent, she will spiral out of control, just like all other narcissists do. And whether she falls into the pills or falls into alcohol or falls into self-harm, whatever it is, this has happened repeatedly throughout celebrity, rock stars, authors, actresses, CEOs. There's people who have this borderline narcissistic personality, but which is coupled with paranoid schizophrenia, which is coupled with bipolar disorder. She is all over the fucking place. I'm telling you right now, give me a few, just give it a few months, watch what happens. And I think in the next 6 months, things will start to unravel.
I think once the trial starts.
I don't think it's when it starts. I think when we start seeing the evidence. The preponderance of evidence. Do I think she's on medication right now? No, but I don't believe she's sober. She doesn't strike me as a person who is. Watch her eyes. Watch the dilation of her pupils. Watch her emphatic, the fluctuation in her voice. The movements. The inability to make a coherent thought that isn't muddled and scrambled and completely all over the place. She has lied so many times, and she doesn't believe she's lying. That is a state of disillusionment that I can't even begin to talk to you about. She is so far from her own reality that she believes that everything she says comes true and that she has some sort of divine gift. And this is a disconnect from reality. I'm not a psychologist, but I have a mother who's just like her. I have a sister who's just like her. Manipulative, narcissistic, and they both, including me, who also had tendencies to do those same things too to people, and dove into pharmaceuticals to supplement the emptiness that I had inside my soul. And my mother did it. My sister did it. I did it. And it takes a narcissist to know a narcissist. And I will tell you, there were times in my earlier career where narcissism would have been one of the best words to describe me. Because I was in love with my career, in love with the power that it presented. I usurped it and commanded it like I was God's gift. I was never wrong. And it was difficult. And some of those things still come out till today. But I had to discipline myself to always have a contract with myself that facts always will trump my feelings. And when I started doing that, my life got better. The people who have had it in their life notice it. That's it.
You notice it better than me because you're closer to it, but I've lived through it with you. So
yeah, she's
now,
and to say that narcissism was I just think it was an overabundance of reliance on arrogance and egotism. Absolutely.
It's jealousy and wanting something that somebody else has and you can never have it. So you try to destroy their lives and destroy them because of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's exactly what she's doing.
Yep. All right. We're going to get into, folks, Tucker Carlson here, and would like your take on other streamers.
Isaac Castillo, thank you so much.
I was reading his thing.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Jimmy Dore, Officer Tatum, Jesse, OK Fire, Candace's positions. The only one I know out of all of those is Officer Tatum. Officer Tatum, I like him. I think he's friends with Candace Owens, and I think that makes him a very unreliable judge of somebody's character. I think his friendship is more important than her mistruths and her obvious slight on Charlie Kirk. But I think Tatum will get to a point where he's like, I can't support Candace anymore. Yes, I think her husband has a lot to do with this. She's openly said it. She can't make a decision without him. You can't hate them because they don't know the difference between right and wrong at the time in their life. Doesn't make it correct for sure, but it's that way. I can hate whoever I want. Robert Marlar donated $20. Sandy, I hear what you're saying. I don't abide by liars. I don't buy by manipulators. She's making hundreds of thousands of dollars off the name of Charlie Kirk. I hate her. Yeah, I do. Because she's absolutely antithetical to what a good person should be. She's evil, and I hate evil. And you should hate evil. Everybody should hate evil. And she is the epitome of evil. Can you think of any other person who has done more damage to people who are absolutely innocent other than being Charlie Kirk's friend and loving him unequivocally? No, who does that? That's animalistic. That's something that human beings shouldn't have. She's like a serial killer. She has no remorse.
There's few people that I hate. There's only a handful, and I will never have respect for them. She is definitely one of them.
Yeah,
there's the rest of them I know personally, but she's the first person that I openly despise that I've never met and don't know, because I always made a promise to myself that I would never judge someone until I actually meet them. But unfortunately, I'm never going to meet her. Bummer.
You don't know that. That's not true. You don't know that.
Well, maybe.
Things keep happening the way they happened. You never know.
Yeah, probably. Well, even if she starts to acknowledge us and we challenge her to a debate.
I wouldn't challenge her to a debate.
She's going to make up a story why she can't be there.
But do you know something? I would never challenge Candace Owens to a debate. You can't debate her.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no debating with her. A debate is an exchange of ideas.
She doesn't have any
ideas. Doesn't have any ideas to exchange. She has her opinion, and nobody else's opinion is valid. A woman with borderline Down syndrome owned her on CNN. If I was to ever talk to Candace Owens, this would be my question. I don't want to debate you. You're going to answer this before we even talk. Why do you lie? I'm just asking questions. No, you're making statements, and you're leading people down the path that you want without any closure to your statement, so they assume whatever they want. And then you look at the ebbs and flows of your audience, and whatever bites, you go ahead and lead with. She leaves little chum pieces in the water, and whatever gives her the most spoils of return is what she leads with the next day. You guys, she does this shit all the time. She just puts a little bit in the water. And then she gets a lot of bites, and then boom, more on the Egyptian plains. She will continue to milk the Egyptian plains until Jews become relevant to hate again. You notice how she's off the Jews now?
Since Charlie was killed, she's off the Jews.
Once Hamas, once that little peace deal came in, she moved off the Jews and went right to France. Got back on the France and Macron thing because that made her a lot of money. So what did she do after that? She started on Egypt. Now the Egyptian plains are starting. So the bees, why do you think she's had like 70 different prognostications in the last 3 months? It's because she's sampling to find out what you bite on. Do you think I don't do the same thing? I do it in a different way. I put things out there in a video format, in a text format, in a photo format, and see what people consume, and then I go ahead and replicate it in that format. What she does is create content, make shit up, and whatever gets hits, she leads with the next day. Very big difference.
Jessica Beck on Facebook just said, it's like she wants more pity than Erika for losing Charlie.
She wants money. She wants power. She wants prestige. The main thing is she wants to be the center of attention. She feels that that Charlie Kirk and her were TPUSA. And the moment that he died, she feels she's the heir apparent. She thinks she's the heir apparent to TPUSA. And come hell or high water, she has endowed herself with this self-aggrandizement.
It's either she's going to take over it,
or
if
she's going to
not,
destroy
she's
it.
going to destroy
There
it.
it is. There, perfect. Great job.
Thanks.
It's exactly what she's going to do. Exactly what she's going to do.
And she knows that she will never be a part of TPUSA.
I can have her. Either I can have him or nobody else will.
Exactly.
Erika Kirk, a grieving widow. You just talked to Charlie Kirk's wife. It said, compartmentalize your feelings, or you shouldn't be the CEO of TPUSA. Who in the do you think you are? If Erika Kirk, listen, December 14th, I can't wait for it. We got 4 days. And I'm playing it.
What is she on? I didn't know.
It's not Erika Kirk. It's the TPUSA is going to invite people together to address Candace Owens' lies.
Oh.
And she was supposed to go. And she said anytime, any place, anywhere. And then they said December 14th, 1 o'clock. Oh, no, it's not that's not. Oh, I just checked my schedule. It's not good for me. It never would be good for you. They could have given you 17 different dates. They could have done, it doesn't matter. You want control. And the only reason that you don't want to do it live is so you can hit the pause button. And you can go off on your tirade and justify I can't wait for this show. I'm so excited. Tommy says
Saturday?
Yeah, the 14th, I think. Hey guys, the donations need help. If you can please help the show out. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna let you guys do it. Thank you. They certainly do. I'm not gonna say anything else. Should we have to do a commercial?
I have to use the little girl's room anyway.
Folks, I hate to do this. I don't like doing the 3-minute commercial, but we have to because donations are $65. I mean, and we can't. I have to play it. So here it is. 3 minutes. We're going to come right back. Don't leave. Yep. Just go pee and come back. And if you can't, and you were thinking of donating, go do it now. Be right back.
Hi, I'm Olivia Spear, host of The Dumb Show. For 3.5 years, we never asked for donations. But after Facebook demonetized us for speaking the truth, we've had to turn to the one thing big tech can't cancel: you.
I'm Hayden, Matt and Olivia's daughter. This show's never chased sponsors or sold out. We've built something honest, and it's thanks to you.
I'm Ethan, their son. Every share, every dollar, every message, you're the reason we can keep calling out the BS and bringing color back to the world going gray.
If you want to help, we take PayPal, Venmo, or snail mail. You can send it to P.O. Box 2, Round Hill, Virginia 20142.
Can't donate? No problem. Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored. You can donate at thedumbshow.com/donate.
You know what happens when you turn the dial harder? You can make a harder grimace. The harder you grimace, the more effective it is.
You tighten it so freaking I can't do it. I can't untighten it.
That's what she said.
That's what she's. Oof. Oof. Coming in with it. Pound it. Pound it. Pound.
Child got 15.
Ethan, you look like a hippie.
told we tubular.
You know this is recording, right?
Okay, let's go. Smile. Don't start with me. Donations. Every time you don't smile, I'm going to punch you in the ribs. Donations. Take one. Scene one. Ready. Set. Ethan.
Break.
Ready. Don't screw it up.
Okay.
Ethan, don't mess this up. Ready. Set. Action. No. Whoa. Director calls action, not some stupid toddler.
But we've built something.
There's no but there. Why do you've been doing this since you were 2 years old? Try it again.
Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
He's so much better than you at everything.
Better at
Hayden, he's just like, even, it's just, go ahead, Hayden.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored.
That's a wrap. Well done, Spear family. I bet we make no money.
But I'm gonna owe them money without.
Hayden, do your thing again.
Can you find out when the Candace Owens thing is?
Yes.
The TPUSA. Yes, thank you, folks. Thank you for your support. Sorry we had to do the commercial, but we're in a situation that we need help. You might want to watch the show for a couple weeks before you come in here with that comment. What's the comment? I didn't see it.
Who made a comment?
I don't know. What was the comment? Jen, what's the comment?
Hang on. I think I see it thread. Hang on. Did MSNBC write this rant? They sound exactly like the BS narcissist from MSNBC and CNN.
Oh, so who said that?
Donna Meyer, M-A-H-E-R? Mar.
Donna, how do we sound like MSNBC? Do you see the Trump Vance hat and the Let's Go Brandon and the Charlie Kirk shirt? Is this just a knee-jerk reaction because we're challenging the way you think about somebody? I would love to hear your comments. You can call us. Tell me why we're MSNBC, please. And it's not MSNBC anymore. It's MS Now, by the way. We got the stock notification. I don't know why you would say that. Why? Because we think that Erika Kirk is off her rocker. Or, excuse me, Candace Owens is off her rocker because she is trying to destroy every single thing that Charlie Kirk left behind and make money off of his legacy. Is that why? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry that bothers you. You're going to hate this because we're going to go after Tucker Carlson. And it's not that we go after Republicans. It's we go after people who aren't being honest and they're being disingenuous. So, Donna, I think you're confused. And if you'd like to call, I'm sure I can clear it up for you.
I can't find.
Yeah, TP. Was it you guys? It was the 14th, right? So it's Sunday, the 19th. I don't remember. What is it? When is TPUSA going to do the Candace Owens episode? Put up the clock. Yes, I love drive-by people. It's just like, can't you have some, I don't know, courage? Have some courage. All right, 31 minutes. We're in there. Let me know if Donna Na comes back. Folks, $5 is great. It helps, but we don't have enough people on this show to hit that. So we're gonna have to find it out what we can do. We got to get there.
Thank you, Joanne Townsend.
Joanne Townsend, $5 is great, but got it. Whatever we can do, we got to help out. Okay, 15th. Patricia, what time? I think it's 1:00 is what the invitation said on the 15th. So isn't that Monday? Monday's the 15th, so it'd be Monday. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll be, I'm assuming, streaming that.
Yes. I want you to listen to the beginning of this. Judy Gurley, $10. There we go. Thank you so much, Judy. $10. $80, folks. We're getting a little better. Tucker, listen, I understand. Those people who are given $5, if that's great. Just, what I'm saying is there's, yeah. Okay. Raymond Fenner says Candace speaks about Israel like Mad Cow talks about Russia. Obsessive. Totally. It's interesting because Tucker Carlson had he had two comments today. And these are interesting. On Charlie Kirk's assassination, he made a comment, and then he went on Theo Vaughn and said the following. I want you to listen to this.
In the 3 months since Charlie Kirk was murdered, I've really tried not to comment on the murder investigation in public, and it's not because I don't care. Of course, I love Charlie and knew him well since he was a teenager. But I haven't said anything about it. I really tried not to say anything about it. First, because I don't really know anything that everyone else doesn't know. I've asked around, but of course, how do you know what the truth is? But the other reason.
No, that's not what I said, Donna. Oh, Donna's balls banner. It's not. It's balls. Just get rid of her.
Okay.
Yeah. So, no, I didn't say I openly admitted to a narcissistic past. I said that I had narcissistic tendencies, as a lot of people do. Arrogance is one of them. So every person has the ability to demonstrate psychosis or psychotic behavior or narcissism. It's when you have multiple that puts you in a narcissistic category. But usually people who suffer trauma do emulate those things later in life, especially at a young age that I went through with my mother and sister. So thanks for paraphrasing what I said and not actually articulating anything that I said. Saying I have a proclivity with my own rant to say that I'm narcissistic, I think it actually takes vulnerability for a person to admit that they have shortcomings. I'm sure you're perfect, Donna, with your beautiful yellow sunflower, which probably means that you're afraid to show your own picture, which means that you're either balls or you have self-loathing. By the way, something in narcissism is also self-loathing. So I guess you're claiming that you're narcissistic too. You see how this works? So I appreciate people who are honest. So since your shit doesn't stink, maybe you can call in at 276-200-2105 if you can find the nerve, but I'm pretty confident you won't be able to. One is because I think I know who you are, and number two, so far you're full of shit as a Christmas goose. Here's the rest of Tucker Carlson.
Okay.
I haven't said anything is because I know personally a number of the people involved in what's now become a very large story. I know them really well. And I really think a lot of all of them on every side. Candace Owens, I've known a long time. I love Candace Owens. Blake Neff at TPUSA once worked for me at a couple of different places, and I love Blake Neff. Erika Kirk, I've known since she was dating Charlie Kirk, and I love Erika Kirk. And I think these are all really, really decent people. And so it's been my desire for 3 months not to get involved in any of this.
Okay. It's my desire not to get involved. I don't want to get involved. Don't make me get involved because I don't know what I'm talking about. Did you hear that?
Yep.
I don't know what I'm talking about. That's what he said. I don't have all the information. I don't have all the facts. And you know what? That is a good thing. Nothing wrong with that. It's admirable. If you don't know what you're talking about, perhaps your mouth is best used for chewing. Fair enough.
Yes.
I agree with it.
Yep. Me too.
Here is Balls has many different accounts, and he knows that we see him as Balls. But right now, you'll know it's Donna was Balls because he's going to log on to his Balls account and laugh at everybody's comments. And he'll start attacking people. And this happens every night. And this is just Balls because Balls is a loser. Here is Tucker Carlson. Same day. Same day, everybody. Listen, this is how you know he's full of crap.
Who was Charlie Kirk?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I love his wife and know his wife well. And so I feel emotional about it. So, I just haven't wanted everything to do with it. But I will say a couple of things. I don't understand the official story at all.
Of his assassination,
I don't understand it. And I want to make sure that there is a truly rigorous and honest federal investigation of it. And I'm definitely concerned about that. A. B, I think that I don't know many of the details, but I know that recently Candace said that.
So you don't want to comment on it because you don't know what you're talking about, but now you're going to go on Vaughn and say, I'm going to go ahead and talk about this, and I don't think the official story is correct. Do you see the issue with that at all? That a few hours later, you go on a podcast and you change your story, that now you don't believe the official narrative.
Egyptian registered aircraft were following Erika Kirk, Charlie's widow, around for a number of years in different places in the world. That's one of the weirdest things I've ever heard. And I just want to say that is factually true. That's true. So that's like the one data point that I happen to know is true. What does that mean? I have literally no idea. I can't even guess, but that's very, very strange. And what is Egyptian? It could mean aircrafts from Egypt. Who knows? I think that they were registered in Egypt. Got it. And but that fact is true. So and it also her claim that, there were kind of a disproportionately large number of foreign registered cell phones at the event. That's also true. So what does that add up to? I don't know, but it means that, the FBI has a moral and legal obligation to look in every direction and to be open-minded as you would in any investigation, in journalism, in science. It's all the same process. I don't know the answer, and I'm going to sift through everything as open-mindedly as I can, as honestly as I can, to get to what the truth is. That's science, that's law enforcement, that's journalism. It's all the same. That's justice. And I just want to make sure that is happening, and I just don't have a ton of confidence in the FBI or the men who run it.
Okay. Okay. There is no... Go ahead.
Sorry. Got to put a couple in. Bobby Richardson, more when I'm older. Love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Bobby. We
Very
appreciate you. 2110. Thank you. Livy's putting in another one real quick. There is absolutely 100% no quantifiable, incontrovertible evidence about these Egyptian planes. It's absolutely ludicrous. Folks, what is the benefit of a plane following around Erika Kirk? Just somebody tell me. Who would gain? Why?
No one.
Why would you use civilian aircraft to follow around Erika Kirk? Why? What's the point? I'm just waiting for anyone to give me a reason. Do you think Egypt has the intelligence capabilities to run U.S. collection intel, human intelligence, electronic intelligence to follow around Erika Kirk? Could there possibly be another explanation?
And don't you think if they were going to do that, they might follow around like the first lady or someone who's got a little bit more information and to how our government is?
And why would they have to follow her around for 2 years exactly? For what reason? And here's the other thing. Could it possibly be, just hear me out, I'm speculating, that planes fly on certain charters over long periods of time religiously with a set schedule, set time, set place. And that's called
normal flights. It's the flight schedule. My mom's a flight attendant, and I could tell you that when
you spoiled it for me. I was going to say it, but you got it.
Yeah. I mean, she gets her schedule, and it's like they go to the same few cities.
Sounds
and
like
it's
an
the
airport.
Same times, and
sounds like an airport.
You know what? I'm wondering if she's going on the same people that when Taylor Swift was down in Brazil and she was singing her song and she said airplane or something or coming down, I don't remember. And an airplane crashed right when she said that and it flew over the arena right as she said, they're on that wavelength.
But that would be more accurate than what she's saying, because that actually happened.
Yeah. And they're saying, but Taylor Swift brought down the aircraft because she said it. It
comes down to this. Airports run on schedules. Planes, I hate to say this, but a lot of Learjets, most of the Learjets in the United States are registered in foreign countries because that's where they were made. You guys understand this, right? You understand that Learjets from the Middle East are shared and sold amongst billionaires and rich people. We understand this, right? We understand yachts that are off of Greece and the Lemnos Islands are moved to the Northamptons and off the coast of Cape Cod and Virginia Beach and the Keys in Florida. You understand this, right? I guarantee there's boats out there that are registered from Saudi Arabia. Folks, we have Egyptians who live here, who do business here. It makes no sense. It's just stupid. It doesn't. That's like saying, oh my God, I took a Lyft at 8 a.m. every weekday, 5 days a week to the airport, and I was being followed by hundreds of Uber drivers. You're an idiot. You're stupid. Planes fly and file flight plans. Residential and private planes have to submit to the FAA, to the tower, to the airports, what they're going to do every time they do it. Commercial fly on these routes at these times and are assigned by the FAA and the airports. It is a very different situation, including Learjets that are used as commercial transport from point A to point B, which means that they're going to cross over. They're going to be in the air at the same time. And yes, an Egyptian plane will be up when Erika Kirk is up. And God forbid that they fly the same flight pattern. Oh, no.
Oh, heaven forbid.
Whatever could happen. Tucker Carlson,
Hang
dude.
out of ignorance.
So,
thank you, Mr. Hollandaise. So when does the Guess the Candace crash out commentary?
as soon as she starts doing it. As soon as, oh yeah, we should do a raffle.
Oh yeah.
Or something. Tell me we're doing better.
Yeah.
Again, take Israel out of it because it's so emotional.
Hello?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, thank God, because we really need to. So here's the last one, and I want to put my hands up. Party in the USA.
Yeah, you know what I was gonna say.
What?
Have a raffle is kind of like people have people put in their guesses when someone's pregnant if it's gonna be a boy or girl or name. Yeah. We should do that. Totally. That would be freaking awesome.
Let's see what happens, right?
Yeah.
Here is the last video I want to show you, and I've been calling him Tucker Carlson for a while, and I just want you to listen to this because somebody's building a house in Qatar. Who do you guys think is building a house in Qatar? Listen, I'll give you two guesses. Liv?
Again, take Israel out of it because it's so emotional. Any country. Well, let's go with Qatar. You said you like Qatar. I really like Qatar a lot. And I could defend Qatar, but would you take money from if Qatar's like, okay, we'll pay you $10 million or $6 million, which I think is what Brad Parscale got, supposedly. We want you to just subtly shift your message to be pro-Qatar. Don't tell anybody you're taking this money, but just feed our line to your audience without telling them you're doing it. Would you accept that money?
No, I wouldn't do it.
Of course not. Of course not.
He would.
Of course you would.
He would. Totally would, because he's doing it right now.
Take Israel out of it because it's so emotional. Any country. Well, let's go with Qatar. You said you like Qatar. I really like Qatar.
You just told everyone. I thought you were supposed to keep it a secret, Tucker. How dare you?
Listen,
you broke the contract.
That's what's known as hiding in plain sight.
Yeah.
You don't have to take money from the Qatarian government because that's going to get you on a list. Tommy Cawthon, $10. Come on, guys. Let's take goals so Matt can watch his daughter's concert tomorrow. I have faith in the dummies. A little add us.
A little adds up. Sorry.
Little adds up. Okay. So he bought property in Qatar. So let me get this straight. Tucker Carlson doesn't take money from Russia, but he goes over and does a soft piece over on Putin, goes over to Russia and does literally propaganda campaign about how Russian prices are great and their grocery stores are beautiful and their subways are amazing and notice anything. There's no black people here. I wonder if that's it. And that was all above board. And then you've got Qatar, who is working towards being the next Saudi Arabia or Sri Lanka and working on their state-run terrorism and all the things that they've done. And we've had a base in Qatar for a while, but they're on that fence, right? They're like the UAE, United Arab Emirates. Beautiful areas, beautiful country, very Western civilized in a lot of areas, but then there's the ones that aren't. You don't have to take money from Qatar, but you are being paid by people. And you are taking money in. And whether it be sponsorships for the drinks that he has around here in the video or properly placed flags that are from other companies or coffee or anything else, Tucker Carlson runs ad revenue. He gets sponsorships and he has his own network and there are people who pay him. In those payment sponsorships, I know a little bit about this. One is because I've held 2 sponsors doing this show, and I also ran marketing, and I've worked with the Houston Astros. I've worked with the Houston Texans. I've worked countered against AT&T and their marketing. I've been doing this a while. Is that you will have meetings, quarterly meetings, annual meetings, biannual meetings, where you sit down and you talk with your sponsors about what they expect from you and the expectation on numbers, the cost per thousand, the overall CPM that you're going to get, the ROI, return on investment, the KPI indicators that they want you to hit, the topics they want you to cover, the types of adverts and new promotions that they're going to be doing. And although Qatar, the country, doesn't go, we want you to do this, that's not happening. But there are sponsorships that are coming in the way of advertisers who have sentiments that they want to express. And they won't say, we need you to nudge your audience into liking Qatar. What they will say is that you do need to focus on other topics, because this topic is having negative reflection on us, and you're not covering it the way we would anticipate a representative of our company would represent it. That is how you sell influence. Now, my sponsors have been very good with me when I had my sponsors, and Jason never came to me and said, you have to do and say this. But he would say, hey, I need you to have this person on the show because I pay you to do that, and I want them to get their word out. And I do it because that's what sponsors do. But he never came to me and said, you have to say this. In fact, as a person who felt that they stole the election, he never told me, don't say that. How dare you not say that it was stolen? You have to. You have to say J6 was an inside job.
He never told us how to run the show.
Never. And if he did, I'd tell him to go pound sand. What Tucker Carlson is saying is factually true. Qatarian government isn't saying anything. But just like Ben Shapiro gets money from Israel lobbies and advertisers, and Charlie Kirk does, and Candace Owens gets money from people, they all do. For him to sit here and say that Qatar doesn't give him a big amount of money is a ridiculous statement. That would be like legislators saying AIPAC doesn't have Israeli influence in the United States. It's not an Israeli-based political action committee. It's actually U.S.-based. It's just as much as Planned Parenthood or the NRA or the tobacco, big tobacco. That's why AIPAC doesn't have to register with FARA. It's because they're not foreign. They're United States-based. But they have influence. So for someone who wants to shed the moniker of being Tucker Carlson, he sure bought a house and likes them, doesn't he?
Apparently. I
like Qatar. I would like to find out who paid for that house. I want to find out how much that house cost him. Jesse Vello, keep up the good work. Thank you, $25. Appreciate it, bud. 186. We're getting closer, folks. Holy crap. We would really love to not come on tomorrow. Here is Matt Walsh, who I really like. I really like Matt Walsh. I struggle with some of his thoughts, but that's with everybody. Samantha Cordell, that's new.
I think that is new.
Thank you guys for all you do. Samantha, thank you. You're new to the show, it sounds like.
It.
I don't think I've seen you here before, so congratulations and thank you for donating. We appreciate you. Here is Matt Walsh, and this is pretty much no more white guilt. And thank God I made that shirt. By the way, it's on sale at thedumbshow.com. It's paid for by Qatar. Listen to this.
Why was Carmelo Anthony allowed to receive his diploma? He killed an unarmed white kid and then lied to police about stashing his knife in the bleachers. It seems like the kind of thing that should disqualify you from graduating. I don't know. And while we're at it, what evidence was there that Derek Chauvin actually killed George Floyd? Even the jury told CNN they didn't actually think Chauvin killed Floyd. They convicted Chauvin because, in their view, he didn't demonstrate enough compassion to a man who was clearly overdosing of his own accord. And while we're at it, why were the prosecutors allowed to lie to the jury about the relative amount of fentanyl in Floyd's system by comparing his blood samples to samples from overdose victims that were taken long after their deaths? Until we get serious answers to these questions, don't talk to us about the Cinnabon woman who had a bad day. Okay, she's not a hero or martyr, but she is the predictable result of decades of anti-white propaganda that has destroyed far too many lives. And like the Cinnabon woman, we are all tired of it. Why was Carmelo Anthony allowed?
What
the Cinnabon woman?
Jen says, I remember you telling me this story. You might be the only person that's ever busted a spouse the way you did. What, Jen, was that somebody else or is that to me?
I think it's to somebody else.
Okay.
I think it's in a
Why do
conversation.
influencers get banned for conspiracy theories, but Candace doesn't? Well, it's not that they get banned for conspiracy theories. They get banned for going against the official narrative that the United States government put out. And that's why people are banned over J6. It's why they were banned over COVID, is because they were told specifically by the Biden administration that if anyone contradicted the vaccines or contradicted COVID or talked about ivermectin or hydrochloroquine or anything else, they were to be immediately banned. That's why. I think Chauvin needs a retrial.
Yeah.
Do I think he was wrong? Yes. Do I think it was excessive force? Yes. Do I think he deserves to spend the rest of his life in prison or however long it is? No. But it was excessive, and he should not be on top of a guy's neck, down by a car, face down. He had him secured, and he should have put him on his ass or hog-tied him and put him in the back. There was definitely improper judgment, but is it manslaughter? I believe so. And should it be the amount of time that he got? Do we get a fair trial? No, because I think the trial was political.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think that he should be serving time for manslaughter? No. Do I think he should be removed from the force? Yes.
I think the fact that it was all over, that if he's not found guilty, cities are going to burn. I think he was political. So cities didn't burn.
Oh yeah, I mean this was a O.J. Simpson, Rodney King thing.
If he would not have been convicted, I don't know what would have happened. It would have been insane.
Oh yeah, listen. Do I think Chauvin should be free right now? Yes, honestly, I do. I think it was wrong what he did, 100%. I think being on him that long was wrong. He should have been fired. He should have been reprimanded. But do I believe it was intentional to kill him? No. No, and Bobby, the money that he received, it's ridiculous. Like, Chauvin deserves a retrial. And if he's found not guilty in this retrial, that he needs to sue the shit out of people. Because there's a lot of things that, it's a big difference. It's a huge difference. Like, one is, should he be a cop? No, never again. He should never be a cop. Ever. First of all, he's going to get killed. If he puts the badge on again, they'll kill him.
Oh, yeah.
And second, he shouldn't be a cop because he's bad at his job.
Yeah.
This wasn't the first time that he had something like this happen. And it was excessive force. He should be off the force, but he shouldn't be in jail for the rest of his life. I don't even know if it's the rest of his life. I'm assuming it's 30, 40 years.
I mean, look.
Oh yeah, the media convicted him before his body was cold, for sure. The statue was being cast when George Floyd died by the left. You know what I mean? I think we all agree. He had enough fentanyl in the system to kill a small horse. What is it, 28 years, 23 years?
2 separate prison sentences.
One state, one federal?
22 and a half years for state murder manslaughter charges and an additional 21 years for federal civil rights violation. With both to be served concurrently.
Yeah, it's horrible. So it's concurrent. So he has to do 21 plus 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to do 28 years. You take the highest sentence, basically. Now, if Donald Trump pardons and commutes, he still has to do 21 years. It's bullshit. I completely, I don't like Chauvin. Not a fan. I think he's a bad cop. I think he deserves not to have his job again. I think he should have been sued civilly. I think the Floyd family had every right to sue him civilly because in the end, it was absolutely abuse of power, abuse of his position. He improperly, he didn't follow proper procedure. That was it. It's bad. And they have a right to sue him. But criminally, no. I don't know. Let's do a retrial, and let's get an assessment of the autopsy and allow the fentanyl in his system and all those other things.
Let's do a retrial under the radar and not make it so public.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
That would just
liberals won't do that. The moment that he gets a retrial, it's all going to come back again. Mm-hmm. And then if they release him, holy shit. Mel Lowe donated $51.99. Thank you, Mel. $243.74. Thank you, Mel. We love you. This is interesting. I've never heard this argument before. Liv, is a zygote a living thing?
Isn't the zygote when the baby's first conceived? Yes, it is.
Okay. So conception, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you believe that conception is life?
Yes.
Okay, great. So is bacteria living?
Yes. Bacteria.
So isn't it amazing that liberals will tell you that bacteria is living, but a zygote is not? Is an embryo alive?
Yes.
An unfertilized embryo?
No.
Okay. Interesting. Let's listen to this. Interesting.
I'm a scientist and I do have
Yeah.
a very developed background.
Good. So,
of that sort.
biologically speaking, what species are they?
They're human from the beginning.
Yeah, they're human. So, is it ever okay to kill an innocent human?
They do not have any function or ability to live on their own past a certain weight.
Why does their ability to survive outside of their natural environment change their value?
I know a normal, like, healthy 40-week-old fetus
Mhm.
can't survive on their own, but they are breathing. If they don't previously already have that, then you're not really taking anything away because they are not previously already functioning.
They're not functioning like an older human would, but they are functioning exactly how they should function at their age. Similarly, like, you and I don't function well on the moon. Like, we would die if we went on the moon. But that's the same thing with the embryo. She's functioning perfectly in her own environment. But if you take her out of that environment and put her in a hostile environment, then she dies. But just because you and I can't survive on the moon doesn't mean that we're not viable here. Doesn't mean that our value is any different. So why is that embryo's value different when you take them out of their natural environment?
It's not a living thing in my head.
Mhm.
I appreciate your side.
I love this girl.
That was a really, really good argument.
Oh, yeah,
I've
it's
never heard it
that's
put
a
that
one-
way. That's a very good argument.
Absolutely. And I love her too. Like, this is how conversations should go. I think she thinks he's cute. I'm reading her body language, and it's interesting because she's giving off the signals. Listen, and I can read the signals. I'm pretty damn good at the signals.
But coming from a very chemistry and scientific background, until they have the ability to function outside the body, you're in the second trimester, I do not see an issue.
Here's the thing. I don't think our disagreement is with the science stuff. The disagreement is which human beings are valuable. I'm saying that all human beings are valuable. You're saying you have to reach a certain point, reach a certain function to be valuable.
Interesting.
So what's the difference of a baby in the womb? Yeah, they're not breathing on their own.
Right.
And then when they come out, they're breathing on their own. That's about the only difference between a baby in the womb and a baby out of the womb.
Well,
there's not much difference.
Well, what dignifies life? What signifies life? Is it the breath of a baby? Well, baby's breathing.
The baby, trust me.
Is
Hayden,
a person with an oxygen tank under the water, are they not breathing?
They are.
Okay, well, it's exactly the same thing for a fetus. The oxygen is being provided by something else.
They have a
In this
heartbeat.
case, it's another life. Right.
They have a heartbeat.
But you hear what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
They breathe. Now, they have the ability to breathe in a different way than an oxygen tank. But
Is a fish not alive? They breathe different than us. They don't breathe air. They
Right.
breathe through gills.
Well, of course.
So-
all of these things are great ways. That's why I asked about the virus. Is bacteria alive?
Yes, it is.
Well, it's a single cell organism. And a zygote, an embryo, fertilized, a fetus, whatever you want to say, which also fetus means little human. So for whatever, paraphrasing, it's like, that's not the clinical definition of fetus, but it's very, very close to that. Essentially little human. There's several different from the Latin meanings of the word, but all of them meaning human, Homo sapien, small, little human is basically what it is. So when you look at it that way, this is a multiple cell organism. It's a complex cell organism. It has its own DNA and will, through multiple stages, develop into a fully functioning human being. So if your argument is it living? The answer is yes. Then the next argument you're looking for is, when can it sustain its own life? And I will tell you this, it's way past 10.
Oh gosh, if we, so I was just going to
kids
say,
would die.
If our 12-year-old, seriously, if we left him on his own,
He'd be toast.
for a month,
He'd be toast.
dude, a week, poop, he'd be toast.
He would be toast. Olivia would be fine.
Hayden would be fine.
Sorry, Hayden, I'm
Hayden
tired.
would be fine. Ethan, nope.
Okay, so it's not a question of when they can live on their own, because Even if you have somebody who's 86 years old with Alzheimer's, well, they can't obviously sustain life on their own. So your argument is invalid. So should we just kill old people because they're no longer ambulatory? Should we kill people who are on, rebreathing machines and have chest compression done automatically by a machine simply because they can't do it on their own? So that argument's invalid. So what you're really looking for is the soul. And what they will want to say is that child has no soul, that it doesn't understand the difference between right and wrong. But then they would have to bring God into the equation, and they will not do that. Because
children don't understand the right and wrong until they're older.
I'm talking biblical means. What I'm saying is that that's what they want to say, is it doesn't have thought, it doesn't have its own identity, it doesn't have its own soul. But they can't say that because then they bring the Bible into it, and then there is thou shalt not kill. And then they can't talk about it constitutionally because life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is for every human being, not just Americans, every human being. They are natural and God-given rights. The arguments that they make are impossible to make because every single way that they would say it, they have to use exception to the rule. And what they do is that they do the moral platitudes. And that's when they say, well, what if it's a woman with one leg who's Jewish, lesbian, with a one eye, who gets raped by her uncle's cousin's brother's roommate, and she's 12? And Ben Shapiro said it best. In that rare circumstance that will never happen ever on the entire planet, I will give you the exception that maybe that one time we might need to have a conversation. But let's talk about the 61 million other babies out of the 67 million that were killed wantonly for birth control and not for medical complications. That is the argument. I'll give you the 6 million. Fine, you win. Let's take away the 61 million. Let me take away 98% of the abortions done in the United States, and you give me those, and then we can start having an argument about the 2%.
Exactly.
They don't want to do that.
No, they don't.
That's right. That's right. That is right. $40, Diane Dotz. This is new, too.
I think this is new.
Diane's new, too. What is going on? We have a bunch of new people tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
It's wonderful to see people.
It is.
All these new people. Here is the video recently released today. Well, Kash Patel says it's the FBI. And I don't think it's the CRT team or the HRT team. I'm not going to say anything. Our partners, blank, executed a seizure warrant for crude oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. Used to transport sanctioned oil from Venezuela and Iran, the tanker has been used in recent years in an illicit shipping network supporting high foreign terrorism organizations. Proud of the great partners who executed these missions. There it is. I'm not going to repeat them all. And many more. This administration efforts to crush FTOs and cut off their resources will continue day and night. Here's the video. Watch this. And this was just recently released. This is good stuff. No, it's not the FBI. That's a Sea King. Yep, it's gray. Sea King, maybe. Scissors! What? That's not FI. That's not FBI. Nope. It's a new Sig Sauer. That's a perfect assault. And it's Seahawk. So it's United States Navy, folks. And there's only one group of people in the United States Navy that do that. If you can't figure that out, then you haven't watched my show enough. You know it's a Seahawk because of the flat gray. UH-60 Seahawk. See how it's flat gray? Just like every naval vessel. So it's United States Navy. And there's only one group that do that. You can figure it out.
Yeah. Don't need to be a genius.
You don't need me to balance on my nose a ball, do you? Okay. Good for them. Good for them.
Otto's on. Hi, Otto.
Otto! What is going on, brother?
What's up, dude?
This is a really good segment. Olivia and I watched this tonight at dinner. And this is Jesse Waters. Jesse occasionally, they write Yeah, it's not Force Recon.
Can I tell you something before we start?
I talk about Force Recon all the time. I have good buddies who are in Force Recon in MARSOC, but that's not Force Recon. Just letting you know.
Can I tell you something before you start?
Yeah.
So every night at dinner, we always watch the news. We always watch the 5. And we always pause it and we rewind at the beginning of the 5. Well, Ethan, we're sitting down and you're still finishing up your part of your game. And Ethan goes, I'm going to play. I'm really interested. I want to hear the news tonight. And when Dad comes up, I'll rewind it. But I really want to hear it. And he watched the first few minutes of it before you got up and then rewound it when you got up. But he wanted to watch it without you. He might be our political child, even though Hayden, he's really interested in the news, watching it. I don't know. Just anyway, thought I'd tell you.
Tammy, I don't know what we're talking about. And I'm not bagging on the Force Recon. I'm trying. One of my good friends, Will, is Force Recon. He's single amputee. And I want to have him on, but I can't go any further. It wasn't Force Recon, and it's not the FBI HRT team. Just it's a UH-60 Seahawk. It's from a carrier group, and there's a group that's no. Charlie, I'm with you. It's a shout out. All I can tell you is that if you can figure out what carrier group is, you'll figure out who it is. And it starts with a number. And it's even. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Robert Glenn says, been following for a few years. This is a great format and haven't had a notification for a long time. What's up? Love you. Robert, good to know, man. It's so exciting to see so many new people here tonight. I mean, it's hard, but that's great. Yeah.
It's 7:00 Eastern.
Have you seen the new set, Robert? Things have changed a little bit, man. Here's the new set.
I'm on. I probably wasn't here.
Yeah. I don't know. You've been here for 3 years, but
yeah,
there's the new set. We have a full studio now and multiple positions on the cameras and everything else. I'm glad you guys like the format. And no, it wasn't 6. No, DevGru wouldn't do that. No, DevGru is not used for stuff. And if DevGru did, it would be much more advanced. And it wouldn't have been done in the middle of the daytime. Great team. What? Moving on. It's not 6. It's not 6. There is no SEAL Team 6. SEAL Team 6 is a made-up number. It's fictitious. There's DevGru, development group. But they haven't been 6 until Marashenko days. So
would it be the age of a couple of the kids I nanny for?
I'm not gonna say anymore because I can't say anymore. Here is Jesse Waters, and listen, Jesse has great writers. And hello, by the way, because I know you all watch our show because you get a lot of your content from us. We know this. I'm not stupid. An artist knows his work. A metallurgist understands his particular strike pattern on the iron.
There is no Fight Club. First rule of Fight Club, you talk about Fight Club.
There is no Fight Club. So, Jesse, this is beautiful. It's well said. It's articulate, and he doesn't do this very often. Usually, he's kind of just FOS and he's a blowhard, but this is well struck. Folks, we have not hit goal. It's 283.74. We're 2109. We're a little bit late into the night. We were off early last night because of Hayden. We're going to stay because we really, I want to go to Hayden's Christmas chorus concert, but we got to keep working. We got Christmas coming up. We've had too many nights off, not hitting it. So we really have to hit it tonight. So I'm going to stay on until we do. Here is the video, and it's a good one. Watch this.
No credibility at all on any domestic policy, and it's fresh in everyone's head. And they're running on fixing a problem they created, and they won't tell you how they're going to fix it. They don't have a plan to lower prices.
Repeal tariffs.
No one's running on that, Jessica.
Well, you should try it.
Not a single person. You haven't said it. No one's talking about revoking the trade deals. No one's even running on that, okay? And what did Jerome Powell say today? Jerome Powell came out and said inflation is moving down towards 2%. And they revised the growth projection for next year. And then they announced they're buying $40 billion in treasuries, and the market roared. It roared, Jessica. Next year is going to be insane. We're going to have multiple rate cuts. Housing costs are going to come down.
Okay, I can tell you now. I can tell you now. I couldn't tell you before. So United States Navy supported with UH-60 Seahawks from the Teddy Roosevelt, which is the carrier group that's in that area right now. Undisclosed exactly where it is. U.S. Coast Guard, the MSRT team, went ahead and executed it and assisted by, I can't tell you the number, but a SEAL team. And it certainly wasn't Dev Group. So insertion pilots that are, I can't say anything else. All I can say it's USCG, U.S. Coast Guard, MSRT team, supported by United States Navy SEAL, Special Forces, Air Wing, and a couple of other things that I can't say. There you go. But I can tell you that because that's now open knowledge. The rest I can't say.
Got it. Thank you for clarifying.
I thought you would want to know.
Don Bradley, thank you very much.
Thank you, Don.
Great show.
Great
Appreciate
show.
it.
We're not done yet. We're keeping going.
And incomes are going to go up because the big, beautiful bill kicks in. That means no tax on tips, overtime, and Social Security. And that's when you get all the business tax cuts. Also, that's when all the foreign investment comes in. And so you're going to see these big AI centers sprout up. And next year, they're projecting to be the greatest economic year since the 80s. Now, will it be enough to save the Republicans in the midterms? Probably not. But that's okay. This is a long-term deal. You're going to lose the House. You may keep the Senate. I'll take that. But for the Democrats to come in after they raised tuition, after they raised health care costs with Obamacare, after they raised energy prices with the Green New scam and utility prices and gas prices, and then come in and say, oh, well, the cost of living is high. You guys have nothing. You know you have nothing. And all you're relying on is the two-party system, that the fickle voter is just going to get sick of whoever's in power. You're going to put in the next party, and that's all you got. And what are you going to do with power? You're going to do nothing. Or you're going to do the same thing you did last time, which is open the border, spend trillions of dollars, and make prices go up again.
And try to impeach Trump. I got to agree with Jesse here. I think the doom and gloom around that 2026 is over. I want people to be cautious about this. There's a couple of reasons. One is the Senate actually looks halfway decent for us. There's not enough uncontested seats for them really to flip the Senate. The House is going to be a challenge, but it really depends on if the big, beautiful bill does exactly what it's supposed to do. Remember, the time frame of this is very interesting. Is March of 2020, Donald Trump's rating was 52%. And the economy was just skyrocketing. Everything was good. Stock was good. Gas prices were in the tank. Everything was great. All 16 demographics had higher wages than the year before. Record low unemployment. I mean, everything was solid. And what happened? COVID. This very similarly is going to be like 2018 into 2019, where we saw the stock market, interest rates drop. You saw housing prices drop. You saw affordability increase. Fuel prices dropped. And we saw a resurgence that we didn't see under the Obama-Biden years. And we saw growth, amazing growth after that first year. 2026, when the big, beautiful bill hits, we should have a good 2 quarters before election time to really see it start the maturation process. People are going to feel this with the income tax returns. That's going to make them happy. You're going to see stimulation checks. You're going to see the growth happening. You're going to see no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security. These things will ultimately help, especially with low fuel costs. So, and if he can get this tariff revenue stuff approved, then this is another feather in his cap. Just because the incumbent president usually loses the House and or the Senate, and it's only happened 4 times in U.S. history where they've maintained it. The reason why they lost it is because the economy did poor. And the American public usually don't see the movement that Donald Trump has in the first 2 years. And then the president goes up and says, well, I've got all these promises and all these things that I'm going to do next 2 years, but I didn't get done in the first 2. Donald Trump gets shit done. Now, Joe Biden got shit done. It was just bad things that he got done. But Joe Biden got a shit ton done in the first 2 years. It was just all horrible things for our country. Donald Trump is a active president, and he's getting a lot done. So let's see how 2026 goes. I'm not doom and gloom like everyone else is yet. But once again, I'll tell you the straight poop. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to lie to you. But we have to do one thing, or this is all ball game anyway, is redistricting has to take place. Every single Republican state needs to redistrict, and then this will be a moot point.
Yes.
Go ahead, babe.
Thank you, Mr. Hollandaise. Overtime. Enjoy tomorrow night with the family. Thank you so much. Really appreciate
Overdrive time. Enjoy tomorrow night with the family. Well, we're going to, whoa, did he give $100?
Yes, he did.
Holy shit. Thank you, Maddie.
You just saw that.
That's going to help out. I thought it was 10. Thanks,
No,
Maddie.
100.
Okay. We spend a little bit of time. We spend a little time hitting Muslims on this show. I want to be clear. It's not Muslims. It's extremists.
Yes.
And this Arab American Muslim donated a 40-foot, $10,000 Christmas tree to Dearborn Heights in Dearborn, Michigan, predominantly with a lot of Somalis in it, after the tree city order did not arrive. And he's a Muslim. He's not a Christian. He's a Muslim man, and he bought a 40-foot, $10,000 Christmas tree.
Isn't Dearborn where they
Yes.
they renamed that street, and somebody said oppose the renaming of the street?
I don't know, but this is Dearborn, Michigan, where all the Somalis are at.
Okay.
So here is the video. And
if I heard the music correct, you
so we're going to call
a big tree.
Yeah, we're going to call.
Why does it cost so much?
Because it's fully grown, and to get that side, look at ours outside.
That's true.
How long of it? 4 or 5 years. So they got to be in the ground 4 or 5 years. That takes time to grow, and therefore more real estate. You can get the baby ones for $80, but if you want a 1 year mature, it's going to cost you $400. If you want a 2 year mature, it's going to cost you $1,000. You want a 5 year, 10 year mature, it's going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars.
That's true.
To me, that we need to call it out.
It's awesome.
It's a Christian holiday, and he did it because it was the right thing to do. That needs to be called out.
Yes, it does.
And the street, you're correct. That was that time. This next one's yours. Have a Merry Christmas.
Jennifer McCarver, let's hit goal for the overtime tonight. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
413.74, folks. We're getting closer. Have that night. And Olivia and I promise we'll record it for you.
Yes.
I don't want people to think I'm using my daughter. I'm just being honest with you. I've been to every one of their plays and everything else, and we got Christmas coming up. We got to take care of it. So, it's not a guilt thing. It's just an honest thing. Okay. Here is the video.
Otto, thank you so much.
Otto.
Just saw the gear on your website. Maybe buying some soon. You should throw some Bibles and guns in there too.
I can't listen.
No guns, unfortunately. I would love to do the guns.
I know a lot of gun manufacturers and a lot of custom. I can't sell gun stuff. As far as Bibles, I just don't want to do that. And it's not because I don't think people need the Word of God. There's some cool shirts that are up on there that you'll like that are religious, but I just don't feel comfortable selling a Bible. It's just, I don't know, not my thing. Maybe a cover or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Here is the video. Liv, tell me what we're going to watch.
Okay. So last weekend in Tennessee, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, they were having their annual Christmas parade, and they got a special visitor.
Real quick, Dearborn, Michigan is Arab. Thank you. Tim, Minnesota is Somali.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm tired. Very long week.
So Gatlinburg, Tennessee got a very special visitor.
And this was on their Christmas parade.
Yeah, it was in their Christmas parade.
Let's watch it. Let's see what happens.
No way. No way.
Everybody stay calm. Just stay seated.
You're just walking through.
That is crazy.
Just chilling. I'm just gonna be a part of the Christmas parade. I'm amazed he didn't have a Santa hat on.
Wow, that's a big boy.
There was another one where you got him, yeah.
Yeah, you told me to get it. I got him. Here it is.
He's just chilling. He's drinking the water. He's so calm.
That is insane.
That's insane. I could tell you when I worked at the daycare. It's been like a year and a half, but when I worked there, I had left like 10 minutes before this happened, so I didn't get to see it. But a black bear went and jumped our fence, and one of the
no way.
Yeah, I think I showed you the pictures. One of the parents was at the front door putting in the code to get in the door to pick up his kids, and he hears something. He hears a loud bang, and he looks to his left, and there's a black bear climbing the fence, and he's like, oh my God, he's freaking out trying to get in. But I will have to send the pictures to you again, but this bear ran into the fence and put a hole in our fence. He bent the metal bars, climbed it, tried to run through the second fence, put another bend in it, jumped that fence, ran across our front, and then over. And we're in the middle of town. I mean, and it was the fact that it was, like, it was like 5:30 at night or something when this happened. But yeah.
Did I tell you about the time Black Bear Trail? When we lived there, you don't remember because this was on Swiss Road. This was on Black Bear Trail.
I never
This
saw
was
that
right
one.
below the Safeway,
Mm-hmm.
but it was in the middle of the sticks, and we had our own ice skating rink.
Oh, cool.
And it was just down the road, and there was a pond, and it would freeze, and you go down there and you go ice skating. And I went out there, and I had my sister's skates, and trust me, my toes are like crinkled underneath.
Oh yeah, I can't even imagine.
And Black Bear came on the ice.
Ooh.
And I'm sitting there going, these skates suck. I felt like Ryan Reynolds in Just Friends. And I'm like, you can't skate in these. You suck, huckster. So, and those black bears, that's why it's called Black Bear Trail. And there were black bears everywhere. Safeway, we would get them all the time. We would go out and do restock, and they would be in the garbage cans. And they would always get in. Yeah, bears.
We had a bear that used our neighborhood for a couple weeks and used my bus stop as a bathroom.
Oh, no way.
Oh yeah, it was freaking huge. It was like the neighbors had to we had to carpool to the bus stops. The bus had to go to a different place. I mean, it was insane. We've had he knocked over my neighbor's fence. I don't know if it was a black bear, if it was a grizzly. I'm not sure what it was because I mean this is Montana.
Yeah, it's Montana, so it could
and
be
probably
probably grizzly.
We also had a wolf that came into the neighborhood and roamed around, and a handful of mountain lions had come down into the neighborhood as well.
I don't think. Listen, we need to fact check this, but I think it's true that wolves have never attacked a human being.
I've heard that, and I've actually seen that in like Discovery Channels and stuff. No, they don't attack human beings.
I mean, they attack livestock and animals,
Mm-hmm.
and now if you catch one eating a cow or something like that, and rancher, they they'll react. But I'm talking about hunting a human and killing humans.
Not that I know of.
It's interesting. Just Friends is a great movie. One of my favorite movies of all time. I love it. Dusty
That's where our new
Dinkelman.
Christmas. You should show our new Christmas sweater,
shirt,
which is coming. I'm so excited it shipped.
It should be. Oh, I already deleted it.
I think I have it. I
got it right here.
Okay.
You're right. You're right.
I sent it. I got it.
Yeah, the new Christmas shirt for this year. And we have much better shirts than just this, but Christmases come and go, but friends are forever.
Even though Yoshi has no fur, but still.
The Dumb Show Christmas 2025. Yeah. All of our pets are on there. That's our Christmas sweater for this year. There it is.
I ordered our Christmas ornament finally. And so the one
I swear.
The one we're getting is a personalized one. Like I can personalize it. Hair color, eye color, curls, blah, blah, blah. The whole works, right? Well, unfortunately, they don't have lizards on there. They have dogs and cats, and that's about the only pet that you can put on. So I made Yoshi a Chihuahua. That's nice. What Yoshi is on the ornament.
Moon and the stars in the sky. Raise your hand if your brother's a homo. I love Just Friends. Anyway, this is going to piss you guys off. We're done after this. Folks, last chance to donate, $433.74. There's a magic number that we're going to need. Otherwise, yeah, see if we can hit it. What if I told you that IRS employees owe $1.5 billion in back taxes?
IRS employees?
Yes.
What the hell are they doing telling us to pay our taxes when are they not paying their taxes?
You guys did not hear this. It wasn't on Fox News, it wasn't on CNN, MSNBC, no articles. This was on Fox Business, and I guarantee you're going to be pissed off. I don't think any of you saw this. I'd be shocked if you did, because it was on early morning. Here it is.
While most Americans had to write a big fat check to the government today to pay their taxes, over 100,000 federal workers are not paying their taxes. In 2021, the IRS found that almost 150,000 federal workers owe about $1.5 billion in unpaid taxes. Over 5,000 of them work at the IRS and owe $50 million in overdue taxes. Even though the IRS can fire its workers that are not paying their taxes, only 20 people have been terminated. That double standard is something Senator Joni Ernst, Senate Doge Caucus Chair, wants to stop. Absolutely. She's introducing several bills aimed at cleaning up the IRS. One bill would require IRS employees to be audited every year and fired if they don't pay their taxes. But while the IRS is not catching the tax cheats on their own payroll, they are busy arming their workforce. Ernst is also calling out 10 million taxpayer dollars the IRS has spent on guns and ammo, stockpiling 4,500 guns, 5 million rounds of ammo.
Isn't it funny that that Dow right there, 40,678? I thought the economy was going to tank. I thought the stock market was going to tank. I thought interest rates were going to tank. I thought energy prices were going to be through the roof. Trump's economy, it's so bad because I got to spend money on beef. Go ahead.
Hypocrisy at its finest. The IRS employees telling us we have to pay our taxes.
It's just federal employees, not just IRS. It's crazy.
It's insane.
It's crazy. I don't understand. I'm finally getting some stuff shared on Twitter. That doesn't happen.
Whoa.
That's interesting.
Cool.
That's just weird. Twitter hates us. I don't know. That's pretty much it. Folks, go over to the Don't Unfriend Me Show at thedumbshow.com. Pick yourself up some coffee. You've got pretty much tonight. If you want it before Christmas, it's tonight. We've got a bunch of stuff there. We have books, we have hats, we have jackets, we have shirts, we have blankets. We've got all sorts of great stuff over there. Go take a look. Our stuff's all 5-star rated. Look at the bottom. We have the Diamond Transparency Award, which means we show 100% of all of our reviews. We have one of the highest rated retail stores that's not a corporate store on the internet. Reason why? I worked at Apple, worked at Comcast. I care about customer service. It's important to me. And most people will tell you that we go ahead and we deliver on time, high quality product, and it's not shit product. And the stuff that we have, this shirt right here is 5 years old. 5. Still has its color. It doesn't have bacon neck. It's not fading. It's the same shirt. And Olivia must have washed it a couple hundred times. So go on over to thedumbshow.com, pick yourself up a shirt. Liv, final minutes up to you. I think we're done on donations. I think we got them all in. Okay.
Yep. So thank you very much. Appreciate all the donations. And it's awesome seeing new people here on the show and donating. I love it. Yep. There's the ornament.
That's cool.
Yenny. Ethan's the one who said put the Christmas lights on Yenny.
That's
and
great.
she was actually attacking the tree last night. She's never done that before.
That is a great Christmas ornament. I love it. I love it. It's fantastic.
You found it.
I know, but you did it right, and it looks good.
Yeah.
I was giving you, positive feedback.
Thank you. Yeah, we every year we get a personalized Christmas ornament. We've been doing it. This is our 20th year.
We can't, we're running out of space.
2005, we have one. And one of my favorites is in 2011 when Hayden was 1.5 years. You had just gotten the job at Apple, and I found 3 iPhones.
Yep, I remember those.
It's a mama iPhone, a daddy iPhone, and a baby iPhone. That's one of my favorites. But yeah, we always put all the animals on there every year. And of course, I've got the kids' first Christmases.
Yeah, it's December 10th, and the Colorado Avalanche have only lost 2 games in regulation. They were down by a goal last night, and they scored a beautiful. It's insane. Dallas is also very, very good. This is going to be a hell of a Western Conference Finals. The road to the Cup goes through Dallas or Colorado. Just everyone needs to understand that. There's nobody in the East who can even compete with the Avs or Dallas. It's just not going to happen. We went through the East like a douse of salts. So anyway, listen, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Merry Christmas. Absolutely. We're not done. We got a lot. Listen, we got 15 more days to Christmas. We're going to be on a plenty. We'll see about tomorrow. We'll see about tomorrow. We'll see what we do. But either way, I'll let you know whether we're going to go to that, and then we'll record the concert for you as always and make sure we play it for you. Today is First Lady's birthday. Yep, Melania Trump. Happy birthday. Oh. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe, maybe not. We'll let you know. But either way, Friday, we will be most assuredly back. Olivia and I will be here for Red Friday.
Hopefully wearing our new Christmas sweaters.
Yep, we got Barry Morgenstein coming on the show shortly. Dan Nunn is going to be here monthly now. He says he wants to be a staple on the show every month, and we said fine. So Dan Nunn will be here once a month on a Tuesday, probably the first week of the month, and he's going to be permanently on the show once a month. And then we've got a couple of other people in the fire. I'm trying to get Chris Tanto Peranto to be back as well. But
we need to get Damani too.
Oh, you got to call Damani.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Good night. Thanks for watching the show. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless. Take care. See ya.
Good night, y'all.
Adjusting transmitter output. This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.